One of one of these days I'll get it on time, but not today, I guess. What's up, everybody? We are back. We are back, and my camera isn't in the
Ooh.
right place because I still am working everything out. So give us a hot second. Let me lean over here. How you feeling?
Yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
see
having
it.
trouble setting up.
I'm in the bottom left-hand corner, and that's probably because I'm the one screen sharing and not you. So the spots are like are swapped or whatever on your
Exactly.
Discord.
So I'm gonna set this up, but you guys know me. I'm the floor hugger. A little bit more. I'm the floor hugger. You can find me everywhere at the floor hugger, and it is Cogs in Machine time. So get some drinks, get some snacks. We're gonna be here for a while. That's what she said. And you guys should know my co-host and the man who's actually gonna be leading today's conversation and killing it, Chakalaka, the most humblest man in the world.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm not gonna be humble today because I'm gonna be flexing today. All right, I got a surprise for you,
Okay.
Hugger. That I have a huge surprise for you in store today on today's show. However, I tried to call you yesterday to tell you about the surprise,
You
but now
did.
because we didn't actually talk pre going live, so I didn't even get to ask you. So I don't know how you do well with surprises,
Um,
and
I'm here to have
this
fun.
I don't know how you do well with surprises, so I don't know if I'm gonna catch you off guard. I don't know how you're gonna react. I didn't prep you, but we'll figure it out. It could
Okay,
be
okay.
it could be either like a glorious thing or it could be embarrassing. Who knows? It could all just crash and burn.
We're about to figure it out. Shit, now I'm a little worried.
These things they can be awkward and stuff. So I
But I
gotta
trust you,
just
though.
yeah, it's okay. It's all right. So Hugger, we're going to be
Hmm.
talking about Nintendo Directs, and I wanted to set the stage here, okay? Because we've recently in October of last year, there was literally like the 10-year anniversary of Nintendo Directs. Nintendo was like sort of looked at up as like in hindsight, they're a trailblazer because there's the directs are like now everyone's doing direct state of play inside Xbox,
Yep.
blase blase. Now that that's
Mhm.
an industry norm, and Nintendo was ahead of the curve when it comes to that kind of situation. Like there was a time when like Nintendo was doing digital events at E3. They weren't doing a professional like a traditional like on stage conference. They were just doing a Nintendo Direct during E3 week, and then just doing a Treehouse Live, like showing off games and developer interviews during E3. So it wasn't like the stage was whatever, and everyone was
Mhm.
like PlayStation, Microsoft was like, man, we're gonna be all about the stage presentations. That's where the pop is. All that kind of stuff. But like
Yep.
now, look who's laughing now. Look who got the last laugh, kind of stuff.
Right?
So so yeah, like it's just like one of those kind of situations where like they were ahead of the curve, but like it's really weird because Nintendo is usually not ahead of the curve when it comes to the Internet of Things. That is one thing I
No,
will say.
they really
Yeah.
aren't. They are stubborn to a fault sometimes.
So like my question to you is like how long have you been watching Nintendo Directs? Like what's your first direct that you remember watching and like what are your impressions of them like in general?
I haven't been watching. I like watch them sporadically. Sometimes a lot of these shows that we do, like the PlayStation Fame and or like Baron and Dallas, will be like, "Are we doing the PlayStation show?" I'm like, I didn't even remember there was a show. I'll be honest. So it's like sporadic when we remember, and I the last one I remember watching was the Bayonetta 3 one, which I was
Okay.
excited for.
All right. Fair enough. All right, well, anything you simp over is gonna be something that you're gonna watch.
What can I say? I'm a simple woman.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna just sort of start things off here by laying out some ground rules here. So, number one, I have made a doc, of course. Like I'm very organized. I made a laundry list of things that we can talk about here. So I'm gonna just throw that off to the side so you guys can't see it. But uh, let's see here. The first things first is of course, Hugger, you have access to you have access to the doc if you want to follow along. Number two, the ground rules. So we're only going to be talking about North American broadcasts. In the research, there has been like over 100 plus directs and stuff like that. Some of them are Japan exclusive, Europe exclusive. There's a lot of regional differences. We're only going to talk about it from a North American filter. So if for those that are in the audience that are from Europe, I'm sorry, et cetera, et cetera.
Too
Okay.
bad.
North American. All right. Number two, we're going to be excluding game specific directs. There were directs specifically for like Smash Bros, Wonderful 101, Bayonetta direct. Like there was a direct specifically geared towards one game.
Mhm.
We're just striking them out. Okay. We're doing general directs with announcements and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, the next rule is I'm gonna only include a handful of minis and micros because something was interesting about it. But otherwise, minis tend to be like game updates.
Okay.
They don't tend to be like announcements. And finally, I'm gonna be including a couple of press conferences because they were sort of basically like Nintendo Directs.
Okay.
So they kind of sort of like fill that void in, especially in certain instances. So yeah, that's a pretty good like what do you call it?
Baseline.
Very good baseline. It's kind of covers a lot of things here. So we're gonna start things off with the very humblest of beginnings here. So the very first Nintendo Direct was aired on October 21st, 2011. Now there were two directs at that time. There was a direct in North America hosted by Reggie Fils-Aimé. It was 7 minutes long, and it was just him talking to the camera on a white screen. There was no music, there was no transitions, there was no cool like little effects. It was very basic, and it was 7 minutes long. The Japanese audience had Satoru Iwata in a full 30-minute long presentation and stuff like that. But in this recap, I have a lot of recaps here that I
Mm.
have ready to go. And in this very first ever Nintendo Direct, this was a written back in October of last year. It's like a postmortem of like the 10 years of Nintendo Direct. I chose this article because it has like a little good commentary that I sort of want to agree with or want but they sort of it gives us a quick little rundown. It was let's see here. They featured let's see first. Okay, it was the first 6 months of the Nintendo 3DS's life cycle. It had came out in the spring of like I think March of 2011 or February 2011. So the 3DS was very nascent, and the Wii was sunsetting. So their
Oh,
biggest holiday title was the Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword for this direct. They showed it a trailer for this in the direct.
wow, that seems like it like 2011 seems like it was just literally yesterday, but also so long ago.
The Wii was being like freaking a standard definition graphics were being shown in this presentation. Yes.
That's that's a lot. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, so the first couple of directs had Wii games and stuff on it. So there was the Skyward Sword was the biggest heavy hitter here. Also, the as you guys know, the 3DS had like a lackluster start to the generation. Like people were already calling it a failure within months of its launch. But we later that fall, like in this kind of like this was I guess this is actually the fall right now in October. So yeah, the 3DS was just barely hitting its stride because like in that summer, like Ocarina of Time 3D came out. Star Fox 3D had came out a month ago. I think the 3DS already had like its price drop. So the two big killer apps that were showcased for the 3DS were Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario 3D Land.
Oh,
Those are the
wow.
big two, 1-2 punch. Like one in November, one in December. Boom, you were covered. That was the holiday lineup right there for the 3DS. And so yeah, 3DS had a good lineup, and you got Skyward Sword for the holiday for the Wii. So it's like you're operating on all cylinders, like everyone full
Ready
steam
to
ahead for
go.
these things.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, and they did it all
Oh,
in 7 minutes.
my I gotta say one thing about Nintendo over everybody else's directs and shows. They do not waste your time. They are, here you go, this is what's happening, and then we get the hell out.
Yeah,
I
but like
love that.
this one is interesting because like I actually watched. Okay, so I did all the research. I watched all the directs, and I didn't get to finish the doc. I wanted to do the doc from like present to or from like start to present, but I ended up stopping around 2015 because I ran out of time because we had to start recording or going live. But
Yeah.
one of the things I did notice is that like they were yeah, slowly but surely they were learning the cadence and they were learning how to have better presentation. Like with this one, it was so bland. Like it wasn't very good to watch. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like a guy just talking to the camera with nothing, but no, basically no editing is what it felt like.
Yeah.
the content was there though. So like here, let me skim through this. Look, it's still like it's still him on the white screen, but like if you like, let me go to the preview window. It's just a lot of him on a white screen. Like there's not a whole lot of cutaways. But like, let me show you the footage that they showed here. So we got okay. So we showed off Mario 3D
Mhm.
Land. You know, it's looking cool. It's looking good. I remember buying this at launch day as well as Mario Kart 7. It's really cool. Like they have the content is there. It's
Yeah.
just the presentation needed some cleaning up to do. And let me show you the Skyward Sword here on this one because I just think that it's like you know even like Skyward Sword HD kind of sort of looks a little like a little iffy kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
thing.
a little, just a
A
little
little,
bit.
just a little bit. But yeah, like just seeing this and yeah, it's
It's
just kind of interesting.
it's hard to believe that this is 2011. Jesus. And we've only had
uh,
one other Mario Kart since then.
yeah. Yes. All right.
Holy
So
shit.
So just to give the full roundup here, towards the end, he said how the direct inspired change in the gaming industry, and he says here, and this comes from a website called Tech Raptor. I never heard of this website, but you know it is. I want to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
He says today, largely due to the pandemic, in-person events are still somewhat difficult to come by, and the industry as a whole seems to have adopted the precedent that Nintendo set all those years ago with digital events. Whether it's Sony's State of Play or Microsoft showcases like Inside Xbox, an indie developer showcasing their own games. We talked about that on Ready Press Play during Shovel Knights or Yacht Club's Games Direct.
Yeah.
Nintendo dedicating an entire direct to a specific game, and the convenience of prepackaged video is one that is too good to pass up. So live press conferences are great and all, and I still do hope that we get more of those in the future. But when those, but when you can set aside the technical difficulties, setup time, and potential problems in favor of presentation that can be cut or edited to your precise specifications, it's no wonder why these become the industry norm rather than the exception. And seeing how video game sales are going strong as ever, newcomers and seasoned gamers alike are continuing to take out time of their days to watch these directs when they are dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Because it's
that
easy
is
to catch
true.
a video instead of going to a conference. Like, don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
would love to go to a conference, especially after this whole human malware thing is done, but like, y- I can watch a video. Show me a video, please. I'm I'm short attention span. Give me something quick, snappy, and I guess that's their new shows. Yeah, that poor Reggie just sitting there for so long, just talking on a white background.
So like that begs the question here. Right? So we're gonna be rating these things. How would you rate it on a 1 to 10? Just hearing about this recap. I mean, cultural significance aside, I would give it like I would peg it at a 5. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's not bad, it's not good. It's just the start. Now, when if they keep doing that, they're not getting fives anymore. They're not being. I'm not being generous.
All right. So you know what I found is Nintendo Archive. They have an archive of their own, like Nintendo.com/Nintendo Direct/archive. So they
Okay.
actually keep like a running feed of every single Nintendo Direct ever, including up until the most recent one. And so when I went to this Nintendo's website, their own official website doesn't even include the very first ever Nintendo Direct in their own archive, like at
Okay.
all. So it starts with the second one. And let me show you something here that I found that I thought was interesting. On the very second Nintendo Direct, they show like, they show you the video. Obviously, I'm not gonna play it here, but I'll play like bits of it later. But they show
Mhm.
you the video here, as well as like little like excerpts from the these are like things that were announced during this direct. So they have like little clips of it, right? And
Yeah.
so look at the design, the layout of this. It's so basic.
Basic. Oh my god.
Yes.
That's the only word I'm like, that's basic. Yep.
All right, now check this out. Now let's go to the most recent ever Nintendo Direct and look at what they did with this one. So obviously, first off, we got rid of the white background. But
Yep.
look how they're like if I hover over them, they get like a little bigger. They have a little animation, but they have like
Yeah.
cool, like it's very inviting. Like,
It
come
is.
check it out.
And then the
Yeah.
color coding
So
with the different sections. Yeah, that is nice.
yeah. So I just thought that that was interesting that, they're it's like they're upping their production game as time goes on. It's like I don't know, it's almost kind of feels very weird to say this, but like I sort of in hindsight now want to give Sony a pass. And hear me out here. The
Okay,
very
okay.
very okay, there hasn't been a state of play at all, an entire in all of state of plays that I actually like I'm hyped for.
Yeah.
I want State of Play to be Nintendo Direct. And
Yeah.
it feels like I want them to be from the jump, from the moment go, I want them to be at the bar that Nintendo has set. But even Nintendo wasn't at this bar when they started.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like I just sort of, it's kind of like a twofold because we already see the script. We know how Nintendo's done it. Why can't just Sony just do it? They've already figured it out for you. But then at the same time, you got to sort of have to figure your own way of doing things. I don't know. Just a thought.
I mean, that is a fair point too. I definitely believe that I've had this conversation with several people, and I've the social didn't save when I changed it. Awesome. Um, I've had this point about Epic. I was like, Epic really has no excuse, in my opinion, for not having just like now they've put in you can have multiple items in your cart and you can all check it out at once. I'm like, they have no excuse because Steam has been around for so long. And Epic has been also been around for so long. It's like so you can't start at the bar below everybody. If you're going to offer a service, especially to PC gamers that are very we're something, I will admit. We are something else.
Uh-huh.
You gotta match the bar. You can't start at the bottom. Jesus.
Bottom.
The you're like the fifth person that makes fun of me. D says I agree
Let's
on that. The state of play can be better. It can be so much
okay.
better. What's
Yes.
up, Dragon? How you doing? How's everybody? How's Dallas? How's
Mini
how
Yeti.
Mini Yeti? I love you, Mini Yeti. Make sure you
Uh,
guys let us know your favorite Nintendo Directs and how they're doing. And I mean, we're gonna do a deep dive. Sorry, my eyeballs are itchy. A deep dive about Nintendo and their history. One day we're just talking directs right now and your favorite directs. Again,
yeah.
this boy already called me out for simping, so goddamn.
It's okay. You'll have a chance to call me out for something here in a bit. So,
Yes,
F-
yes.
for you though.
Mm,
Mm. Uh,
mm.
I don't know.
I simp all the
I'm a
time.
little, iffy on this one because my stance is simping ain't pimping, but it is what it is.
I simp over virtual women.
All right. So now that we got like the origins kind of sort of out of the way here, let's go ahead and move on to the very second Nintendo Direct here. So as I stated here with this, okay, let me get rid of this first one. That's the first one. All right. So with this second one, we have the announcements of Kid Icarus Uprising, and I'm gonna show you some video here if I can pull it up. Uh, there we go. So
Icarus. Wow.
So first off, they actually finally got these little transition highlights. So the first thing I saw, like they actually did the little tile stuff. They figured it out on the second try, so that's cool.
They got it.
More camera angles and
Yes, that
more than one host.
oh,
Yes,
really?
yeah, they threw it at Bill Trennan as well. Like they threw it and they did like okay. I'm just gonna I'm sort of like I know I was gonna talk about Kid Icarus, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll
All right.
get there, we'll get there.
But
Exactly.
So yeah, Kid Icarus. Here we go. Um, hey, does this Kid Icarus? No, this is can't be Kid Icarus, is it? This? Oh, okay. It's various footage of various games. Okay.
Okay.
So they okay. When Bill Trina started this one, he started off by giving you a quick like rundown of every announcement they're gonna say real quick, and
Mhm.
then before like going into individual things that he talked about. So like there was a lot of different cool things that he said here. At least I like this idea of like he's basically presenting it like a 5 paragraph essay. I don't know if you remember
Mhm.
back in school, we had to write 5 paragraph essays
Yeah.
where you have your introduction, where you say everything you're going to talk about during the body of the thing, And then that's what they
Yeah.
did. I'm like,
You
yeah.
brought me back to a dark childhood memory of doing that. Jesus, man.
I know. It's just like I have these very weird comparisons to like, like talk about
But
these
they
things, but
work, because that Bungie comparison worked.
you'll never let me live that one down.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, never.
uh, but anyway, so yeah, we get to see Pushma. We saw like a lot of 3DS games. Were very interesting in this is like they were hyping up like during these 3DS ones. I don't know if it was this direct or the next direct, but like I'm actually might be a couple of directs later on, but like a lot of 3DS games that came out at launch, like physical games like Mario Kart 7 and Mario 3D Land, they were
Mhm.
physical only retail releases. There wasn't an eShop digital equivalent at the start of the generation. And so
Oh.
when these major games came out, they were like, they were like, you had to go to a GameStop or Walmart to buy it. And they were hyping up these digital releases like these like Dylan's Rolling Western right here.
Mhm.
They're hyping them up as a separate, thing where it's like releasing exclusively on digital eShop, nowhere else you can find them. So, yeah.
Jesus, that seemed, man, again, foreign concept to not be like promoting digital. Or you know what that reminds me of is when the first like few years Xbox brought out Game Pass every 15 minutes at E3. Join Game Pass, join Game Pass, join Game Pass. And then the last few shows you don't really see them advertising Game Pass because they know they got you. Like they got you already.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna pull up a recap here. And so yeah, there's just a couple of things that oh yeah, they're doing like little interviews with the developers and stuff like that. Now, one of the things that I couldn't find about these early 3DS is like I couldn't find an actual like reputable source on this specific direct like doing a recap because like Polygon or IGN will write up a summary of what was announced.
Mhm.
These first couple of ones didn't get that like treatment. So I went to basically
Dang.
like essentially like a NeoGAF and I found somebody who posted like the summary, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. That's literally the best I can do right now. So I
Exactly.
went. It's just a thread that somebody put together here. So thank you. This is clearly not your name, but it is what it is. He basically gave us like a rundown. He said Mario Tennis Open for the 3DS, Spirit Camera, the cursed yeah, I forgot the Cursed Memoir. There's Dylan's Rolling Western, and there's a game called The Last Story for the Nintendo Wii.
That is a great, I did a review on a retrospective on that. That is a great game. That is totally Final Fantasy though.
I did not know that. Oh yeah, they're showing off the Kid Icarus here, and they showed off the stand.
Yep.
This is so dumb. Where like you have to have a stand to use the the reticle aiming. But
Oh my god.
anyways, going back to the last story here, I just thought that it was very interesting that the Wii U still hasn't released at this time.
Mhm.
So you're they they're still promoting the Wii games as like the new hotness. So I'm skipping. I'm trying to find the last story. I think this is Xenoblade. Okay, here it
Yeah.
is. This is it right there.
It is
So yeah.
such a Final Fantasy game. Oh my god. I mean, it's made by one of the guys who did make like Final Fantasy, so I it's a good game. It's
Yeah,
just
so
whew.
yep, they showed a lot of cool stuff. So um again, 12 minutes, they kind of sort of sped ran through the last announcements and stuff like that, where they were like
Yeah.
just saying, here's some logos, Resident Evil Revelations, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, and Tekken and Metal Gear Solid, and here's like, they just sort of like, you know, ran through those. But
It's like
yeah,
you don't get this.
they kind of sort of did this really weird thing where this was like the main direct, but then they also did other directs um, and within it where like they say you can go to Nintendo's website and see the full trailer and see the full interview, elsewhere, where they showed you like snippets of it, but not the whole thing.
I like that cuz sometimes, and this is not a knock to, because we know a lot of awesome devs, we know a lot of people that do the coding. If I'm in a show, I don't want to watch the whole thing. Like, I'll when they brought out
uh,
Casey Hudson from BioWare to talk about Anthem, and they had that like 20-minute sit down at E3, I was like,
uh,
oh God, kill me. Like, I
So
love the
yeah,
U, but damn.
I just don't like the idea. Like, I'm of two minds of this. Number one, it's cool that for the people that don't care, you know, you don't have to like be like forced to sit down through it.
Mhm.
Um, and then also, I don't like the idea of getting homework. Like I don't like the idea of like, well, if I want to watch something, I want to get to it, then I have to go seek it out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's too negative. It's the only positive that I would give it, credit for. What was I gonna say about that? I don't know. I can't remember.
I
What was
do
I gonna
agree
say
with you
positive
there.
about this?
I don't want, I feel the same way with, like, with games. Don't give me extra
Mm.
work to do. Do not part things out if I really want it. But it's
I guess a third negative is like you don't get the same pop because like the whole purpose of these directs is to put something in front of an audience that otherwise wouldn't have sought it out.
yes.
Um, you're there for certain announcements, but not there for others. But you watch the whole thing anyways. So like if you're something that doesn't interest you, you can at least get advertised to. So
Exactly.
if you deliberately take something away and tell them to go follow our blog or whatever or our Twitter or then it's not going to get that same viewers, same eyes on it. Which,
Yeah, yeah.
speaking of which, like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but like the first ever Nintendo Direct here, or second ever, had 400,000 views on YouTube, and then the second ever one had like less than 100,000. Let me see if I can find it here.
Holy
Uh,
crap.
it has it has 198,000. Okay, damn. I think there was one I found that was like 80 something thousand, but first one had basically just rounding it up to 200,000. The second one had 400,000, so at least did double the viewership. But
I will say
um,
also that probably the reason for the numbers at the low time what? The low numbers at the time was 2011, 2012. I would say up probably up until 2015. YouTube and Nintendo did not let people they barely let people play their games on YouTube. So people weren't doing what we're doing. They weren't talking about Nintendo. Nintendo was kind of like a no-go topic. Because they would just send out cease and desist. And now it's kind of like people are like comfortable to do it again. And Nintendo has somewhat leaned into embracing the free media because that's what they're getting, free media. We're talking about it right now.
yeah. So like the most recent Nintendo Direct from February from this month, 5.2 million views.
Well, damn. Okay,
That is quite a trajectory right there.
that's
From
some good growth.
200,000 from 200,000 views to 5 mil. I mean, damn.
Damn.
Ah.
Well, that's if I was in stocks, yeah, I'd buy some stocks with that. Jesus Christ, that's
Uh,
crazy to think about. Because Nintendo, yes, Nintendo does deserve criticism on a lot of things. They are very slow to adopt things, but and they saved what we are talking about today. They saved video gaming. Yes, it might have probably come back, but it would have taken a lot longer than 1984 to come back. And
mm,
I don't even want to think about what the industry would look like today without Nintendo stepping in and doing what they're doing.
all right. Yeah. By the way, look, I just want to let you know I got the Wikipedia here, and look how many like directs there are, and this is
Oh
for
my
every
god.
region combined. So like I
Oh my
just
god.
that
He just
is
keeps
that's
scrolling.
less. Yeah, yeah, that's less than what I was actually working with. But still, I just thought that Wikipedia was very nice. But um,
Shout out to our Lord and Savior Wikipedia. We stan Wikipedia here.
I just wanted to look at this here, this real quick here. So they discontinued a certain naming convention. So like Nintendo Direct Micro doesn't exist anymore. It's now the Nintendo Direct Mini. Nintendo 3DS Direct and Wii U Direct. Those are of course legacy console hardware that doesn't really exist anymore. Okay. I am of two worlds on this one. I kind of like Nindy's showcase better than the indie world. So it was Nindy Showcase, and then it got discontinued for Indie Highlights, and that got discontinued for Indie World. And now what we get them are called Indie World presentations. And honestly, Nindy's is better. What do you
I do
think?
like Nindies, but I can see why they stopped it
Why is
because
that?
Well, Indies implies that it is going to stay exclusive on Nintendo forever. Indie World is like, this is
Mm,
an indie game that's going to be here.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
okay.
what's my favorite one? Octopath. Like, that was a Nintendo exclusive for a bit, and then it went to PC. Like, but yeah, Indies, it seems to imply I'm going to be here forever. But Indies, like, yeah, just enjoy these great games on this great console, and here's what it is. But Indies, man, I love
Mhm.
indie games.
So the current active ones are Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Direct Mini. I don't think Nintendo Direct Special is a thing anymore, but okay. There's Pokemon Presents and Nintendo E3 Directs. So
Okay, dang.
yeah.
Just got so
So
many naming conventions out there. Damn. Okay.
I know, I know. Like, this was like
It just
the
keeps going.
daunting to like think about trying to research this. And the fact that I didn't finish researching also goes to show like even when you filter out the other region exclusive ones and game exclusive ones, it's still too much. It's like over 60 or 70. Um,
Jesus.
all right, next up, so we had one in October of 2011, and we're gonna get, let's see here, six of these bad boys in 2012. That was number one. So the second one in 2012 here brings us to the Nintendo Direct pre E3 2012.
Jesus.
That's a good name. That's a mouthful right there.
Well, just make it
Uh,
simple on us. Come on, y'all.
Pre E3 Direct. Now that's an interesting one because there was a pre E3 Direct and then there was a post E3 Direct. So
Okay.
yeah. So they did this weird thing where they went hard on June. They went uh yeah, like pre E3, then they did a stage presentation on E3, which I'm not going to talk about here, and then they
Mhm.
did another Nintendo Direct in later June. Like, like what the hell?
Why?
Why couldn't you just condense all of your announcements in one place? But
Now
I
you're
don't know.
making sense. They didn't think of it at the
uh,
time.
so in this Nintendo Direct here in February 22nd, or no, sorry, June 3rd, excuse me. There was two main things that really talk about here is there was they announced they did an official reveal of the Wii U, like this time for real. Like they showed it off in E3 the year before, but it was confusing as all hell. First off, people thought it was an add-on to the controller add-on, and secondly, it was a prototype that wasn't even fully like finalized. So yeah,
That's
this
great to show off. Yep. That
this
makes perfect
Nintendo
sense.
Direct is the first time I met Satoru Iwata, the late Satoru Iwata. He's become like for me like it's really weird because like I watched all the directs, and it was so very weird how like when he passed away from cancer, like his passing like touched me like in the feels, and I never
Yeah.
met the guy.
But that
And
happens though.
yeah, so like all just through these, like I had an attachment to him, and like these were like some of the more interesting ones were with him being very like earnest, I guess.
Hmm.
And also because of this, I found out that before I think this might have even predated the directs. Satoru Iwata, being the president of Nintendo, he can do whatever he wants. He decided that he wanted to do an interview series called Iwata Asks, and they're written interviews. Like you can go to Nintendo's website and you can find the articles, like the transcriptions of these interviews that he's done where he
Ooh,
would go to the developers of these games and ask them about the development process because he started off as a developer for Nintendo. Like
that's crazy.
Gold, he programmed Pokemon Gold and Silver and Earthbound and a bunch of other games. Um, See right there, you can see in this video, there's a prototype of the Wii U gamepad from before and after.
Yeah.
Like the prototype
Jesus.
has 3DS circle pads as sticks
Yeah.
and analog sticks. But anyways,
Oh my god.
so yeah, during the E3 2011, they showed him off with the prototype, the circles. Anyways, but going back to Iwata, he
Mhm.
like as a genius, as badass as he is, they almost couldn't make Pokemon Gold and Silver because of like they couldn't fit that much. into the cartridge. Like, those are like 4 megabyte cartridges or whatever, right? I
Yeah, they're
believe so.
tiny.
Anyways, they're not a lot of space to work with. But then you got two regions. You got Kanto and Johto, and so they thought that they were going to have to cut Kanto off of the game because they could only fit Johto. And so Iwata, motherfucking Iwata, I think he might have been president at the time. He was like, "I got this," and he freaking, rolls up his sleeves and just starts coding away and fixes their problem for them.
That maybe it's just we're so whatever over here. You would never see a CEO of a company do that here. They'd be like, "Part it out, make it DLC, or sell it as another cartridge." Oh my god. What a
So
amazing
yeah, what a
man.
badass.
Jesus.
What a badass. So yeah, like these are the kind of stories that I hear like a lot, and that's kind of the things that endears me to like a lot of people, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then like um what else am I was gonna say about Iwata? But anyways, yeah, anyways, it's just this is like the humble beginnings of me like, seeing him and like knowing who he is. And it's really interesting that like Nintendo Directs are like a interesting way of making the executives like a personality, like an online personality.
Yes.
And it's just something that we don't that like it's like if you think about like trying to say like name me the CEO of McDonald's or something, or the CEO of Target. You don't know their names.
No, but
So
we know the CEOs of some of our favorite companies, but never for good reasons. Like, hardly ever. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I know the
uh,
CEO of Activision Blizzard. Yep, yep. Mhm, mhm,
no,
mhm."
yeah, or like the very many number of CEOs of EA from yesteryears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I but I respect that man, and I when he died, it was a thing, but that's just our human, the parasocial relationship. Because I didn't know Betty White or Chadwick Boseman, but you're god dang right, I did shed a tear when both of them passed, so it's like,
Yeah.
when somebody's such a genuinely presented as a nice person and is actually a nice person, and then nobody really has anything horrible to say about them after they pass, because sometimes the truth does come out. I'm endeared to people like that. Hi, Hustle, how you doing?
All right, let's see here. So I'm gonna just do a quick little roundup here from the actual presentation. They showed off the controller, they showed off like the Pro controller, they showed off video calling on the Wii U. I only did it once,
Oh,
by the
how was
way, on the
that?
Wii U. It actually was pretty good. It was very low
Okay.
latency and like there was a lot of cool features. Like I don't know if you know this, but the Wii U gamepad actually has a camera built into it, like straight up. And so it's like right here.
Oh, I did not know
Uh
that.
yeah, it's used for one game actually for like Nintendo Land. It's actually pretty dope. But anyways, um, so the Wii U gamepad has a camera on it, and because of that, Nintendo built a voice chat app like natively into the OS of the console. So if anyone's on your friends list, you can video call them.
Discord before Discord.
But yeah, this is 2012. What's kind of interesting though is I only used it once because here's the thing. The I was the only person I knew in real life for like the first 3-ish years of the Wii U's life cycle. I was the only person I knew in real life that had a Wii U. Like I tried telling all of my friends to buy a Wii U and no one would bite. And yeah.
The poor Wii U, man. It's an awesome uh retro console, but damn that poor thing.
So like I made a friend randomly with some stranger on the Wii U just so I can use the feature. I was like, "Hey, can I call you? Can I call you? I know it's gonna sound weird, but I want to try this." He's like, "Yeah, sure." And then we just had a very casual conversation of just me showing him, "Oh, let me show you my games that I have. Let me show you my collection." And like I'm walking around with the gamepad and be like, "Yeah, this is my digs." And I'm like, "What's up with you?" kind of thing. And it's like kind of interesting. There was
Cool,
like these
actually.
you can use the stylus on like draw on on the other person's faces and give like mustaches too and whatever. Like there's like a lot of cool stuff that they did with it. It's very Nintendo. It's like if
Yeah.
Skype were made by Nintendo, you would be cool.
Man, Nintendo, I didn't even know about this. That's like surprise to me.
Yeah, but I think
Oh,
it got like discontinued. Like it got like disabled after like so many years. Like before the Wii U even died, like they killed a lot of services like Miiverse that they promoted here, and
I
it's just
mean,
like
I
because like
could
the
see
Wii U
that.
itself wasn't, it wasn't that successful, and yeah,
Well, and
but
people will always find a way to be, even if you put the strictest laws in there, like a Club Penguin, people will still find a way to be nasty.
oh, and there's one thing I wanted to show here on this pre E3 thing here. I'm gonna sort of like a scrub through here because they showed this very cringe thing where like they wanted to show off the like social features of Miiverse on the Wii U. And
Mhm.
so they showed a guy like playing like basically Zombie U, but they didn't call it Zombie U at the time. They showed him playing like on the Wii U and using Miiverse to connect with his friends or whatever. But
Mhm.
I don't know if like if you can't hear this, but the guy's dialogue is just so cringy. It's like terrible
Oh,
writing, terrible acting, very like I don't know how to explain it, but
is it
like
like that
just think
forced radio chat you hear in when they're showing off games in E3?
yeah, think about
Oh,
like the stereotypes that people executives write for like what gamers are sound like.
yeah.
Think that.
Well,
So
actually, this game is pretty dang good. That's not us. We don't sound like that.
they
Well,
try to be clever too, by the way. Like there was this action figure that he's talking to in the game, like in this video, like he's talking to his action figure. So what grown man does that, number one? And that's just
that's
like
just
it just
weird.
paints us in a very bad light. Okay, so I don't talk to my amiibo, you know what I mean? But whatever.
No.
Uh, so he's talking to his action figure while he's playing the game, and they try to be very fourth wall. I'm gonna show off the video chat. They try to be very fourth wall breaking with him saying, calling and referring to him as generic action figure dude or whatever. And then I'm like, come on, you think you're clever, but you're not.
Some things, man, when we get into like PlayStation ads, because PlayStation 2 ads, do you remember some of those paper ads that were just like, what the hell is going on? Where they had like where they had the one where they cut the guy's head in half and you could see like all the games inside. Some of these ads aren't gonna age well, and I cannot wait to watch some of them. Oh, stop
So yeah,
touching the
this
little action figure like that. It's weird.
so this one I would say it's 30 minutes long. It's very dry. It's a lot of just Awada just sort of talking like in this room, in this empty
Mhm.
room. So I would think it's like a step backwards. So whereas like the first one was I'd give it a 5, this one I'd give it a 3. And I don't think we even rated the second one, but the second one
Second
was like a
one,
step up to a 6, I would say. It went
yeah,
up. So
yeah,
so yeah, I just wanted to say like at least we got Awada again, humble beginnings, all that stuff. So
exactly. Yeah,
we
probably a 3 or 4. Because that weird little segment there, yeah, brought it down. And the fact that it's a Nintendo Direct pre E3, like don't make this more complicated than it needs to be. Don't put more words in
uh,
there.
so E3 happened, and then we're moving on to the post E3 direct. So, oop, there we go. Let's get rid of that audio. So June 21st, 2012, we have let's see here. The Nintendo 3DS XL gets
Wow.
announced.
They really
Um,
just rode that little handheld into the ground, didn't they? They
let's
just
just
said,
think
"I'm
about this
carry you."
here. Let me just think. Let's think about this. Let's think this through here. The Nintendo 3DS had launched in, let's just say February, because I'm just guessing it's February 2011. It's summer 2012, so a little over 15 or ish months or whatever. You're announcing a revision, a bigger, better revision.
Yeah, how long did it take for the OLED Switch to come out? 2 years?
The OLED Switch came out about say 3 years because the Switch Lite came first.
Oh, I
So,
forgot about the Switch Lite.
so like the Switch Lite was okay. Was it in the fall of 2018? I don't remember, but like, was it a year and a half? I don't. I don't
I
know.
really can't remember. Time is a whatever thing right now.
Let's see here. Nintendo Switch Lite. It came out in September 2019, so 2.5 years.
Jesus. Okay. 15
Not too
months.
bad.
That's really quick.
And also, mind you, in the fall, the prior fall, okay, this is the summer of that prior fall, it got the most people jumped into the 3DSs because of these games right here you're
Mhm.
seeing, plus the price drop.
Yeah, I remember a big
It's
price
like
drop.
for a lot of people, the 3DS was still fresh, like still new, like, and now they're just getting what is it called, outdated, sort of, so to speak. I mean, I don't know, like the 3DS to the 3DS XL. I mean, there's really only one difference. It's just the bigger screen.
Yeah, but if you're spending a lot of money, because some people probably waited for a bit and then bought into it, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's like people are speculating with the PS VR 2 coming out that they're gonna revamp the system and release a Pro or Slim or whatever version. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, probably, probably. Knowing PlayStation, it would seem too quick because it's what we're in 2 years of its life cycle, but I think it's coming. And but don't do it in 15 months. That makes me feel like I wasted my money.
So here's a quick recap here. Game USA I guess that's how you pronounce it. So we got the bullet points. 3DS XL is coming, both in red and blue, $200, August. Let's see here. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance in July with the demo, a playable demo out right then and there. Professor Layton.
Oh,
Uh,
love
there
Professor Layton.
the they announced that Namco Bandai is going to help with the Smash Bros. Development
Oh,
because they were just saying, like, they didn't even show any footage of Smash Bros. They just had like Bill Trinen talking to the camera, and they were saying, um, "Yeah, we're working on the new Smash Bros. Game. We originally wanted to make a whole new development team for it, but then we decided just to get Bandai to help Sakurai with it instead, and that's it. That's literally all we got. Like no stills, no nothing."
wow.
Um,
Nintendo's
Anyways,
different today. They'll show you like a still or like a little gameplay and then wait 4 years to look. Yeah, I'm talking about Bayonetta. I'm still gonna talk about Bayonetta.
let's see. There's Art Academy for the 3DS. Okay, yeah. This is what they showed. They showed. I guess it wasn't Bill Trinen. It was just this guy. I don't know who he is, but he just
Why did
said,
they
"Oh
put
yeah,
that poor
he's."
boy in a green shirt with a green background?
They're just saying, "Hey, yeah, we're just Bandai Namco's on it." Okay, so there's that. I think this is the first time they announced Paper Mario Sticker Star, which you know,
Yeah.
it's
Eh,
there's the jury's out on that one.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, I
let's
love
see here.
Professor Layton. Oh, yes. Y-
Uh, New Super Mario Brothers 2 got announced.
That's
It
a
was
good
going to come
one.
out in August, like a few months later, and this was interesting because this was not a good time for Super Mario Brothers or for New Super Mario Brothers fans, because August 2012, New Super Mario Brothers 2 comes out for the 3DS. November 2012, New Super Mario Brothers U comes out for the Wii U as a launch title.
Bruh.
It's too much New Super Mario Brothers and too soon, too close together.
Too close together. Jesus. I heard you like Mario, kids. Take all of it.
He's like, yeah. He's like, do you want more Mario? And then like the answer is yes. What's that meme where it's like how many Marios do we want to make? Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. That's all you're getting. Yes for me.
Let's see here.
I will say
They showed off.
Nintendo also
What's up?
does. I don't know if it's a direct that I've seen it or maybe it was an E3 thing. Uh when was it the Switch was like being weird and people were having issues, like actually straight up apologized in one of the fucking videos and being like, "We are sorry that this is something that's happened." No other company would dare apologize during one of their shows unless it was like a major something.
Oh, Ubisoft didn't the Ubisoft apologize in one of their shows or no? I
I don't
I don't
remember,
remember.
probably.
I know there was like a controversy, and yeah, that's right. But
Oh, they
wait, which
apologized during when they were showing off Valhalla because they're like, "We're gonna show a gameplay trailer," and it was just a CGI trailer, and people were like, "Don't ever do that again."
uh, all right, let's see
Good
here.
old
What else happened?
Ubisoft.
So they told us that Fire Emblem Awakening was in development. That was just IG just talking to the camera. All they showed was like a still. This That's all they showed was this.
This isn't Metroid, baby. Give me more than a still.
It wasn't even called Awakening yet. It was just called the new Fire Emblem game is in development, and whatever.
I would rather you
Uh,
don't show me than show me that.
Pokemon Black and White 2, I think, was either like getting its you know North American release date being confirmed or something like that.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, let's see. I think they were just showing it off, like some cool trailer, some footage of it. So yeah, interesting enough is that this is a Nintendo DS game, a new like a regular basic DS, not even 3DS. The 3DS is already out, and it's been out for over a year, and we're getting a DS Pokemon game.
Nintendo really doesn't care, do they? I mean, they don't have to, but like, damn.
Yeah, the DS what came out in '05, I think. So it's like they're supporting that hardware well into 2012 with a new Pokemon
Mhm.
mainline, not even a spin-off, a mainline entry.
And that, oh god, at this time they were the Vita. Was it the Vita or the PSP was still rolling hard too? So damn, that was some competition. Although Nintendo, you know what you're getting with Nintendo. You're getting like family-friendly games, puzzle games. The Vita or whatever, PSP, that was like you're getting Dante's Inferno, you're getting all these hardcore blood, God of War, Chains of Sparta. So Nintendo, man, they got their own lane. They don't even have to compete with anybody, even in the handheld market. I don't know what I was doing there.
I heard the rationale through like some like rumors, or I don't know if it was an interview or like like I don't know if it's an official statement. I really don't know.
Mm,
However, like I want to put this theory and this speculation out here, just to see if you agree with me or not.
okay.
So Nintendo, they the 3DS wasn't a hit success right out the gate. It
Mhm.
struggled, it fumbled at the launch. The Pokemon Company isn't really, it's only 33% owned by Nintendo. The Pokemon Company is oh, you don't know that.
I did not know that.
Oh, okay, okay. I guess I'll take it a step backwards here. Uh, the Pokemon Company is a combination of three companies. There's Creatures Inc., which is the guy that created Pokemon, like the actual Pokemon Pocket Monsters, the guy who drew the original concept. Like,
Okay.
one guy owns Creatures. Game Freak
Wow.
is the developer of the Pokemon mainline games and stuff like that, and they are also owners of the Pokemon brand as well,
Yeah.
but they are really just developers. So
Okay.
Nintendo basically sort of like was funding it. They were bankrolling it. Publisher and stuff like that became exclusive, and so now we got these muddled waters and stuff like that that were like there's like this vying for power with three companies. So they decided early on like, okay, we're gonna make it a separate entity called the Pokemon Company. We're all gonna
Okay.
own it together, and the Pokemon Company can do whatever it wants in a certain thing without Nintendo. That's why the Pokemon Company can put out like Magikarp on a Magikarp game on the phone. They can do like different things that aren't. I don't know if you knew
Yeah.
about that. There's Pokemon games on the
Mm,
on iOS.
I
Anyways,
did not know that.
so
Jesus Christ.
it's like the separation of church and state kind of thing going on here.
Okay. Yep. Makes
Okay.
sense.
So where was I going with this? How did I start this whole thing off? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. My theory.
Yes.
The Pokemon Company is seeing that the 3DS stumbled right out the gate, right? So
Mhm.
they already had Pokemon Black and White 1 like coming out like a month after
Mm,
launch. So like February 2011, 3DS drops. March 2011, Pokemon Black 1 and White 1 drop, for the DS, whatever. It's like that sunset the DS or whatever on a high.
mhm.
Sales don't go so well. You got 150 million, 154 million DSs out in the wild. Why not just make a Black 2 and White 2 for the DS and make more money and more sales than you otherwise if you would have just put a 3DS game out?
Money. Go with the money. Money. I don't. Yeah. That's a. That's an interesting one. That poor DS. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you can't call it a poor DS when it's the second highest selling gaming hardware ever. You know.
True. Oh, Nintendo, you made some not questionable, but some interesting choices that I am very confused by, and I don't know what to think. And I have a feeling as we get into the modern era, I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever. Like selling. Oh, remember the Labo when they sell cardboard stuff, and people were like, yes, give it to me. Like, okay, y'all want some
Yeah.
cardboard boxes, and just okay, have fun with that.
And finally, the last major announcement I skipped over here is Kirby getting a Wii game. Uh, Kirby's 20th anniversary Wii collection. It's Kirby's Dream Collection. That's what it is. I have this game. Did not know that it came out in 2012, but here we are, September 2012. I'm guessing this might have been the last first-party Nintendo release because the Wii U literally came out in November. So I can't think of. I think when it comes to like the Wii U, or when it came to the Wii, they dropped it like a bad habit as soon as the Wii U came out. So um, I'm assuming that this is the last Wii release. Whatever. I don't really have much to say about this game other than it's a cool little museum. So, I can't hear you. Are you mute?
Oh, I did have myself muted.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
When they were introduced a new Kirby game and they said, it's mouthful mode, I was like, "Hey, yo, can we not call it mouthful mode?" Like, that's just Pikmin. I forgot
Oh,
about that a little game.
are they announcing? Are they seriously announcing Pikmin 2 for the Wii right now? Like, that's what I want to know. But like, that's crazy. If you're like, first off, Pikmin 2 was a GameCube game, so you're like announcing a port. This
Yeah.
late into the life cycle. But one of the things I hated though is like, I don't know if you know this. The one thing I hated about this game is that when it launched day one, it launched as a Nintendo Select game, like day one. So like this is the box art.
Oh, I don't know if I like that box art. Something, it's cute. You know what it reminds me of? Remember when PlayStation, when they would have their like best of and they would go do the
Yeah,
red boxes?
PlayStation
Yeah.
hits,
Yep. That's what it looks
PlayStation
like.
hits. Yeah, that's what I don't like about this is that it's the Nintendo Selects brand is a reprinting of games that they re-release for a $20 MSRP. So like when a game is successful and they want to make it into the Nintendo Selects program and it's years old, now you don't have to buy this Mario game at $60 or $50, or you can buy it at 20. And I would hate to buy those games at a used game store. I would avoid Nintendo Select labels because I want the original. Because like I think PlayStation hits, like there's no such thing as a good like branding and not make it ugly. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very hard thing
so
to do.
So this is the only Nintendo Selects branding I own in my collection because Pikmin 2 never had a non Nintendo Selects version of it.
Wow, that's kind of actually crazy. Pikmin
uh,
2. Oh, you adorable little game.
anyways, I think we stuck on this one quite a while here. So see, okay, here's where I want to go with this one. I am not
Mm.
entirely as I was speed running through all of these Nintendo Directs. I'm not entirely sure there is such a thing as an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Like, first off, these things are a little bit too much in hindsight. So it's like the hype is worn off, number one.
Yep.
Number two, like, what makes a 10? Like, what does it have to be a 10? Like, what makes it a 9? Like, what do you need to do in order to hit those upper echelons? Because right now, they're not quite there yet either. The
Yeah.
announcements aren't quite there. They're not quite hype. And also, like, the pacing is a little slow. They tend to drag a little. They're not, I think, ground rules. Pacing has to be fast.
Yes.
Time has to be just to be justified. So if it's gonna be
Yes.
30 minutes, it better be good 30 minutes. Otherwise, make it 7. Uh,
Oh god, yeah.
so that's two rules. Can you think of any other rules?
Um l- More gameplay and not so many stills is usually where you're going to get my attention. If there's gameplay, I got something fast. Like when uh and I think it was a EA maybe when they started like Astral Chain, and that was like quick, 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 quick. And I like that stuff. So that blends into the fast paced. It needs to show gameplay. Not that I don't, again, this falls back to the first one. Not that I don't like the developer interviews and listening to the talking, but I don't make it 30 minutes. I don't want to listen to somebody talk. I am that person that will go out and search for that. Or Ubisoft, when they were doing E3 stuff, they would have a show after that would talk to all the developers, like the Treehouse stuff that they do, where it's developers talk. Leave it for a separate show. Don't leave it during the direct. It needs to be quick. Short attention
Yeah.
span. We all have them.
All right. So that's the four. That's the three decrees of Cogs. You got to be
Yes.
if you're gonna do a digital if you're gonna do a digital presentation, you got to be quick with it. Can't linger on any
Yes.
one thing too long. Fast paced.
I don't think I've
You have to.
ever given a show a 10 or even an 8. I'll be
Okay.
honest.
Your time has to be justified.
It
So
does.
if you have a 30-minute presentation, you better have 30 minutes worth of announcements.
Oh yeah,
Show
because that's a
show.
lot of time, to be honest.
And number three, show gameplay. No logos,
Yes.
no talking heads.
Yep. Because it's got. Don't waste my time. That is the biggest thing. Don't waste my time. Don't make me feel like, because what we do, everybody's watching. We will watch the shows sometimes 4 or 5 times to get everything we need to pull out
Oh
of
yeah.
for an article. So 30
Yes.
minutes is a lot to watch 4 times. That is a movie, okay?
Yeah. I forgot I did a Nintendo Direct wrap up on one of the Nintendo Directs for like Level One Gaming when I did a write up for it, and my God, like it took a long time because I'm playing and pausing and rewinding a lot,
Yeah,
and the longer the Direct is, the worse it is to write it up.
exactly. So I'm like, I know that doesn't apply to everybody, but yeah, short, concise, and easy things to follow right up and do all that. I would give this show like a 5. It's back up from the previous
Ooh,
one, but like a 5.
ooh,
Not
that's
bad, not good.
okay. All right, I was thinking six because like I actually kind of appreciated the content, but it is what it is. I think whenever it comes to like looking at backwards, going backwards, you're gonna have to like favor more content than anything
Yeah.
else. So
Yep.
if what you're showing and revealing is cool and you have happy memories of playing said game, then you're gonna be like it might lift up a little. I don't know, but
That's why I have
I
so
have
much trouble doing retrospectives. It's like I gotta be just take my experience out of this of playing it when I was a kid and just what is it now?
okay. We have three laws here that we've created here:
Mhm.
fast-paced, time-justified gameplay, and I want to present you a fourth decree here.
Okay.
Presentation.
Mm.
Now, here's the hardest one to hit. Like, okay, you can only be creative to a certain extent with these digital things. So I'm gonna fast forward to 2014 of Nintendo's digital event at E3 2014 here. We're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna just pull from it to give you my example, to cite my source here.
Okay.
They collaborated with the peoples that created the TV show Robot Chicken. And so the digital event was presented in a robot chicken fashion where freaking Reggie Fils-Aimé is out here doing a stage presentation,
I
a
like
fake
that.
stage presentation like this, and there were a lot of funny skits in this thing. Like, have you seen this, by the way?
No, this is my first time and I'm kind of
Oh
curious.
God,
It's so
this is like
weird.
this is like one of the funniest things. Okay, he's like, give us one of the audience is heckling him right here. It was like, we got no new Mario games, and Mario's pissed. He's like, call my lawyer, call my agent or whatever. And he's like, I'm gonna be the new star here. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I thought I was the only link here. But the hecklers are telling him to give us Mother 3, and he's like, here, have this instead. And he eats a fire flower and throws it at them and stuff like that.
I am kind of surprised because Nintendo is usually family friendly and Robot Chicken is anything but.
Yeah, so skits and sketches and stuff like that. So presentation is like
It's key.
one of the best things about this event, like
Okay.
bar none.
I mean,
So,
that's why I feel Devolver Digital has some of the best shows,
ooh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they have a certain theatricality, a style to them,
and
flair.
they've gotten so violent, and I'm like, "Oh my god, can I be watching this?"
So yeah, that's where I wanted to like. That's the fourth decree here on that one. I was like, is presentation. However, it can only go so far. You can only do certain things. Like like there will be diminishing returns, or
Yeah.
there's like a sense of like one upmanship that you can never. I don't know. Like it would burn you out faster. I would say. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, that makes sense. You can only your only competition is yourself when you start doing stuff like that, and it's, very easy to start falling over your own toes.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's those are the four decrees. I guess presentation is what sets an 8 from a 10. I would
Yep.
probably give it that. So maybe I should like I like on the in the hype of the moment I said 10 out of 10 to the last Nintendo Direct. So I should probably like redact it down to an 8 or something.
Probably,
Now that I
just
think,
a little
yeah,
bit.
just a little bit, yeah. But that's what happens whenever you're like in the internet and you have to make your reactions immediately available the moment like to
Right?
get those views. Yeah, you don't have time to process and digest and think and contemplate.
Right? Oh, I hate when we do that at the, like, I remember the Resident Evil Village one, and they're like, "What do you think?" I was like, "I'm just stuck on that big ass lady. I don't even know what to think yet." Like, they showed off some cool stuff, but I don't know. Give me some time, y'all. Damn.
Hmm. All right. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we're out of E3 season. We're out of June, and we're now going into the fall. So September 13th, 2012, we are now given. Okay. So this is an interesting one because this is the one where it's like it's a press conference, but I'm gonna put it as a Nintendo Direct here because of a technicality. All right. So
Okay.
this is the Wii U Preview Presentation, and it was hosted as an actual live event, like presentation, done by Reggie Fils-Aimé. And so this is the cool stuff here. They did this thing where they took the Wii U on tour to different cities to have like the normal people, everyday people play the Wii U, get hands on time with it. And so yeah, they showed off like cool little demos. I didn't get to be a part of that. I live pretty far from Austin, but I also didn't know about it. But anyways,
Yeah.
so the Wii U presentation was, it's basically it's kind of like the Nintendo Switch presentation, but for the Wii U, where
Mhm.
they showed off all the hardware, they gave you the release date, they gave you the pricing, they gave you gameplay demos, and like they gave you a lot of like an hour long breakdown of technical specifications, things like that, like everything that you need to know as a consumer about the Wii U. And this was a presentation directed to the consumers, actually. So the reason why I put it as a Nintendo Direct is because Nintendo of Europe made a Nintendo Direct of
Oh,
this, but not like a stage show, but actual pre-recorded, like Nintendo Direct, like a real one,
yeah.
but made by Nintendo of Europe and aired on Nintendo of Europe's YouTube channel. Whereas America got a live show. So it's the same information, but presented in two different formats.
Interesting. Huh. I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, why did they invite the press and all that stuff to come over to this stage show? I don't know, but they did that.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, it
I
is what
think
it is.
I think Nintendo of Europe might have outscooped them. I think because during Nintendo of Europe's Nintendo Direct, and this is something I couldn't confirm during my research, but they might have like said that Bayonetta 2 is going to be coming to the Wii U or something like that. That's unsubstantiated.
Oh,
There's no way that they could have known that early into the generation, like before the game, before the system even launches. I was looking at a lot of NeoGAF forum posts and stuff like that. So
yeah.
you know, you can go back and look at the Nintendo of Europe thing if you want. So I don't really care to do so. But anyways,
Exactly.
that being said, live presentation. Does this how does this move the motor for you?
Um, Live presentations are always weird because they just take so long. But to get the
Yeah, it's an
info,
hour. That's an hour long. Yeah.
yeah, no, to get the information out that you need, okay. And to be there and experience it and like watch that live, especially in 2012, would have been something that's like, oh wow, I feel like I'm a part of something. Like this is cool. But yeah, an hour is very long.
Yeah, $300 for the Wii U basic set, $350 for the deluxe set, and it came with Nintendo Land. Um, I think they brought Bill Trennan to the stage here. Oh yeah, right here, and he's gonna play Nintendo Land right here on on the stage, live on stage and stuff like that. Uh,
Ooh.
so like this bottom screen right here is the gamepad, what the gamepad screen is, and this over here is what the TV is on. So they get to see like, oh yeah, actually I think Reggie and Bill Trennan are playing together because I think Bill is on the gamepad and he's piloting this ship, and then Reggie's on the ground. Um, so yeah.
An interesting Microsoft today wouldn't do that to just have it on a flat black background. Jesus, that was it would be like moving or like the Nintendo Red now, but
Oh
wow.
yeah, talking about this black. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, hmm,
They
Nintendo
would
would
have
do
like a
that.
logo. Like I
Yeah,
would say like a Nintendo Land logo and like a
yeah.
blue color, like that mimics the box art
Because if
totally.
you
So yeah.
just tuning into this now, you'd be like, what game is this? And if they have the logo,
You're right. It doesn't tell you what game we're playing.
you got to rely on knowing.
Oh my god. Wow. Damn, yeah, that's a good catch. I honestly
It's
wouldn't even think
small
about that.
things, small
Yeah,
things,
you're
man.
right. Right, yeah. Okay. So yeah, what else? Yeah, so like this, why couldn't they have just made a logo out of that for the black parts, you know? So
Yeah.
they showed like Lego freaking I forgot the name of this game, but it's like a Lego cops game or whatever. Oh god, I can't remember the name of this game.
It's gonna drive you
Mm,
crazy, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It even got ported to the Wii U, but not the Wii U. It got ported to the Switch.
Is this
Um,
Lego
it's like
City?
Lego City Undercover. That's the one. Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah, that's the one.
I love
It
Lego
was
games.
like one of the best Lego games. One of the best games period that the Wii U had at the early onset of its life cycle. So, yeah.
Lego games are fire
Um.
and people sleep on them, man. Don't sleep on them.
Oh my God, they showed off Nintendo TV. They showed off like this app that Nintendo built into the Wii U, where you can basically like socialize and talk about the latest episode of Modern Family and all this other stuff as communities around TV shows.
Okay. You know, it you know what? I used to be in PlayStation home in that little virtual avatar thing all the time, so I can't judge anything.
Yeah, so they're showing off all the sports.
Sport. Remember Jesus. Remember when
Microsoft.
oh my god, look at that
Yeah.
TiVo. Oh, what a
Oh
different
my God.
time. Remember when
Yeah.
people were like, I don't want my console to be a media station. I don't want to watch movies on my console. And now people are like, why can't I want to watch a movie on my console more than I'm gonna play a video game. Y'all need to pick a side.
They showed off like basically everyone's profiles can have different things, and like when you want to watch a show, it tells you where it's at, where to find it, like um yeah, showing off Modern Family and stuff. But one of the things that I don't know if it was on this specific one, but like they showed off the Wii U gamepad is basically right here. It has an IR blaster at the top of it, so it can actually function as a TV remote, like a universal TV remote where you can change the channels, change the input, change up the volume, like
That's
everything.
cool.
And I've used it before. It's come in clutch a lot. To tell you the truth, I couldn't
That
find a remote, and I just used the Wii U gamepad to like
Yep.
you know do everything. So
That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah, I know. People don't clown on the Wii U, but it was cool. I don't know
The Wii U
why,
is
but
so cool, man. People leave it alone, leave the poor baby alone.
see this TV button. That TV button is how do you bring up the TV remote functionality. And I don't know if they showed it off in this presentation or whatever, but like basically they showed it off at a presentation where they were playing around with the volume and everything like that. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, oh, they showed off the Wonderful 101, a trailer. What else? What else? Oh, they showed off. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Okay, the Wii U. Okay, the Wii had this it had this reputation of being a family oriented system, and a lot of core gamers gave up on the Wii. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you don't play like a bro shooter like a Call of Duty kind of thing on the Wii. Yeah. So because this is Nintendo's first HD console, they wanted to partner with companies like Activision and EA to bring you like the EA Sports of the world, and bring it up to par and make it HD. Of course, they only lasted for 1 year of relevancy before like the PS4 and the Xbox One came out,
Yeah.
and then they were like behind the curve again. But the Wii U was up to par for the 360 and the PS3 at the time for that solid year. So they were brought up like they brought up companies like Activision to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 3 coming to the Wii U like this fall, and
Oh my god. Yeah, let me just play Call of Duty multiplayer on this. That's gonna end up fine.
yeah, I think I can't find it here, but they showed the logo of it because like the Wii U got Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which was 2012, and then Call of Duty Ghosts for 2013, like in the day and
Oh my
date.
god.
So they got them together, but Call
They
of Duty
got him.
playing Call of Duty on a Wii U though.
Playing
I
Call
don't
of
know.
Duty on anything Nintendo sounds strange as all hell to me. Like, I don't play
God, I
Call of
can't.
Duty anymore, but like, nah. Nah, I'm good.
So 007 Legends. I think they
Ooh.
showed Skylanders. There it is. There it is. I found it.
Black Ops 2 was the
Yeah.
last one I played as
Oh,
well. Or no,
okay.
I
Black
played
Ops 3 was the
Ghost.
wrong one. Okay. I said three.
It's close to
I thought it was.
it's close.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna judge. Dan, what's up,
Oh.
Dan? Says so far this episode is validating my theory that most Nintendo Directs are mediocre at best with a few decent ones.
You know what,
Also,
Dan?
are you
Hate you.
tracking all this giving these shows in a doc or something? I mean, they're being
Nope.
recorded in us
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm not putting the scores down. I should have been like putting and typing it in, like whole. But I know what. Maybe I'll do that going forward. But we've only given
Yeah.
like 5 scores out, anyways, which is crazy. I think we've been talking for over an hour.
Yeah.
Ah,
And we're just chilling, man. We're just chilling. It's one of those chill days to talk about Nintendo cuz you guys are going to like what I haven't even started on what was supposed to be the end of the month topic. I've been out of it.
you know what I just realized? Like, if this is a cool feature, by the way, because if this is Call of Duty Black Ops 2 running on the Wii U, you know how
Mhm.
like back in the day when you did split screen multiplayer and it literally had to tear your screen in half so each person can play together.
Mhm.
This is split screen multiplayer where when somebody's on the Wii U gamepad and then the other person's on the TV without y'all screen peeking each other, so to speak. You know what I mean?
That I like that, but also look how tiny that is. That's what she
That's a
said.
6.5-inch screen. That's a big boy.
You know what? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's plenty big. Big enough. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I dropped my book.
uh,
Oh wow. Oh, it's
yeah,
plenty big. 6.5 inches. That's big enough.
gets the job done.
It does get the job done. But like I can't imagine the Call of Duty like Warzone today running on not just for the specs, but just like running on a screen that size. There is so much things to look at in these newer Call of Duty games with new maps that we don't see. Like Call of Duty Black Ops had Nuketown. A lot of the maps were familiar, but Warzone, that would be awful to look at. That would look like a muddled mess. But people play it on their phones, so I don't even know what I'm
Yeah,
complaining about.
Call of Duty Mobile actually runs pretty decently on the phone. Like I
Yeah, it
played it.
does.
It was
And
actually
people play PUBG
works
too.
works with an Xbox One controller that you can just Bluetooth to it and it paired to the phone, and boom, it's like you're playing a real Call of Duty game.
Jesus. You know what?
So yeah,
Whatever way people are playing video games, I'm not gonna knock them.
yeah, and because they were trying to like make sure they attract core gamers, so they went out of their way to splash all these companies' logos and partners. Like we got deals and partnerships with 2K Sports and all these other places like EA and Ubisoft and all these other cool things. Like we got we got stuff in line. You don't have to worry. Wii U is the place to game. And you know what my dumbass did? I believed
Uh-oh.
them. I
Come
bought
on, man.
like
You're smart.
I I bought third party games on the Wii U. Uh, and let me at least preface this by saying that this is 2012, and like I
Yes.
started getting into video games in 2011, like back into video games because like I had a, we had a separation for a while.
Yeah,
But
same. Yeah.
that being said, like when I got back into video games, the only consoles I had were the Wii that were like of the time when I jumped back in. I didn't have a 360. I didn't have a PS3 at the time. I bought the PS3 after the PS4 had already came out. That's how like.
Okay.
Anyways, so like again, like I had to go back and collect and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
with that being said, the Wii U for a minute was the only thing I could game on. As far as like whenever Injustice Gods Among Us came out, day one, Wii U.
Are you okay? Because
And you
that's
know
a
what the worst
choice.
part? That's a
That's a
the worst
choice.
part. The worst part is that the Wii U was treated like a second class citizen. So like there were
Yes.
DLC drops for fighters that came out after the 360 and the PS3 came out first because they had to take extra time for the Wii U versions. And then there were 2 seasons of characters, 2 season passes for Injustice One. The Wii U only got 1 season.
I mean, I'm not that's not right, but like that's funny.
And from then on, I'm like, fuck the Wii U, first party only. Is what happened from then on. Like I tried to do what Nintendo told me to do and buy third-party games. You know that thing that people say like people only buy Nintendo games. They only buy Nintendo games on Nintendo hardware and that's it. Like don't even
Mhm.
bother. Like you guys did this to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a
You
chicken
fell
or the
for it.
egg. Like a chicken or the egg. It's like either third-party games are not going to do well on Nintendo Switch because, you're not giving them the full treatment, like the full like equal treatment to everyone else.
Mhm.
So yeah, if everyone got the same thing and no one was treated like a second class citizen, maybe I would buy a third party game on a Nintendo hardware. So
I mean, even up
yeah.
until to like was it last year with FIFA uh when they went to the Switch using the same assets from 2017. It's like Nintendo's third parties sometimes are still being treated like second class citizens.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna
D
I'm gonna keep.
D
It's
says it
probably
probably
what is
sold more units if it had a cooler
had a
name.
cooler name. Yes. God, why could I swear Wii 2 or Wii HD? That's literally those would have worked better. You really wanted to keep the Wii branding because you thought the Wii was a thing.
Yeah.
Then at least I'm differentiating it. Wii U sounds like I think I smelled something that stunk, like fucking Wii U.
Stop. Stop. Oh my god, this boy. Oh, chocolate. He gets me with these jokes. It's subtle and sometimes, it takes a while to come around, but he gets me. Uh this long ass presentation. I think I'm going to give it like
I'm giving it a 5.
a 5. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted again. There's some people I just don't want to hear talk for more than 5 minutes and some of them were up there for a bit.
All right. I went back and scored all the other ones, by the way. So now we have a running score now.
This man,
So,
okay.
all right. There we go. Next up now, this is Nintendo Direct. So this is September. We know we finally got a good look at what the Wii U is. Now we're
Mhm.
moving off September to October, a month like we're a month out from the Wii U coming out. And so instead of, promoting the Wii U, we're going to promote the 3DS. So,
Of course.
October 25th, 2012, we got highlights include Paper Mario Sticker Star announced, Fire Emblem Awakening, I think got its title,
Yeah.
and Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is a big game,
Ooh, yes it is.
for the 3DS. Got its announcement there as well. So yeah. Let's
Okay.
see here. So let me just sort of like do a little quick skim through here. So you start off with Paper Mario, Sticker Star,
Mm-hmm.
and let's see here. Did I see Pokemon in there or no? I could be wrong, but I could have just my mind could have been playing tricks on me. But it's that is a that is 4 minutes of footage. Jesus. Okay, the
That's a
footage.
lot.
5 minutes of footage. Okay, 6:20 to a minute 20. That's 5 minutes of
Jesus.
footage of one game.
Oh, that was like um goddamn Ubisoft showing off Far Cry and Assassin's Creed before they came out. It's like and Watch Dogs. It's like you've shown Watch Dogs was the worst. You've shown me over like an hour combined of this game. It's Watch Dogs 3. I'm either gonna buy it or I'm not at this point.
Yeah, so 5 minutes of footage for that one game here. So let's see here. We got
That's crazy.
deal DLC for New Super Mario Brothers 2. Let's see here, what else? Pushmo. I love this game. I bought this on the 3DS. It's really cool. It's a
It's so
game where you're like,
cute.
okay, I guess this is Crashmo. I guess Pushmo already came out by this time, but yeah, it's more of the same. Let's see here, what else? I'm just sort
Ooh,
of
my
just
brain
skipping.
don't like the puzzles. My brain can't handle that.
Oh yes, we get a good deep dive look of Fire Emblem Awakening here. They showed us a lot. Where like you're playing as Crom and doing all this other stuff, showing off gameplay, and finally, yes, they end the show with Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Animal Crossing. I mean, look at the immense popularity of Animal Crossing New Horizons. People love Animal Crossing. They're addicted.
Yeah, okay, but they did 30 minutes for essentially three big announcements. So let me look at the recap here.
That's a
Let's see
lot.
here. Paper Mario Sticker Star. It's coming out November 11th. Let's see what else. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, October 28th.
Love Professor Layton.
Um, brief looks at crossword puzzles, Art Academy, lessons for everyone. Oh, I forgot the 3DS can teach you how to draw.
Okay.
Style savvy trendsetters
Mhm.
or trendsetter. Yeah. Let's see, DLC for New Super Mario Brothers 2. Um, some leaderboard stuff, and then yeah, the last two. Yeah, that's interesting. They
That's a
sh-
very heavy.
they, they talked about three things that people really, I would say, care about, but they did it in 30 minutes though. That's a lot of padding.
Yeah.
I mean, look at they start talking about footage around what 25. Let's say 25 on the 25-minute marker. So they show footage up until 27, 28. It's like a whole 3 minutes of footage. So that's actually I'm a little bit of two minds on this one because on the one hand it's a lot. I
Hmm.
know I think I'm used to like the quicker get in, get out.
Hmm.
But if I'm a fan, if I'm anticipating this, I want to see the most I can see.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that because when Assassin's Creed Origins came out, because that was the big rebranding of the whole franchise, I'm like, I want to see as much gameplay as I and stuff as I can. I know other people don't want to watch 30 minutes or the Night City Cyberpunk that whole like 47 minutes of
Oh
gameplay. It's like I
yeah.
watched all of that.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
Dragon? I did enjoy myself on GRG. Those boys are so insightful and knowledgeable. Dragon, do you have a favorite Nintendo Direct? I know Nintendo Directs, North American Nintendo Direct, I should say. That's what we're dealing with. Because he
Yes.
just kept scrolling on that list, and I was like, oh my god. Look at Animal
All right.
Crossing. It's so cute. I, s-
Hmm.
ah, I love Animal Crossing. One day I'm going to get myself a Switch and play it.
You know what? You're gonna get yourself a Switch very soon.
Do I need to pray to my sugar daddy? Or sugar mama or sugar dads?
I don't know. What are you willing to give me for this?
My soul. At this point, my soul. My firstborn.
What do you think? 400 Canadian dollars for this beauty.
Actually, it's almost it's gone back up to almost 500 again. Like you Bitches. My birthday
Okay.
is September 11th. I'll be
That's
29.
yeah, I like how your birthday is like the worst American day ever, but
Right?
it is what it
Not
is.
only was my birthday September 11th, the year I was born, 1993. If you guys know the history of the World Trade Center, you know what happened in 1993. I also want to point out Nintendo does not care about release schedules. They are like, we beat to our own drum because you got, PlayStation and Microsoft. They are November to December is their time. Nintendo's like, you want a game in March? We got you. You want a game in September? We got you. They fill up the whole other market, which is crazy to me.
Dragonheart says you're 21, and that's that.
I wish I was 21. Oh, that was so long ago. I could stay up all well, actually I stay up all night anyway, but I could stay up without being like, I feel like I'm gonna die.
And then
Uh,
Dan says it's crazy how much third-party support the Wii U had in the first 1 to 2 years. It just disappeared right after that. So
Did they
yeah.
give up way too easily on the Wii U?
Well, the sales didn't justify any support, especially with the Wii U being a failure that it was. We had what 14 million units for the entire lifetime of the entire 4 or 5 years that it had on the market. So
Yikes.
yeah,
It's such a good like virtual console. Oh, that's the what pisses me off. It's so good at emulating and doing all that stuff. And if you can homebrew it and run like Dolphin and stuff, yeah, it's even better. Or Wii
yeah,
U.
but yeah, this was my surprise for you though. I got this, and I was just gonna negotiate you just sending me like 350 Canadian, and then I'll ship it to you. You can have it.
We're gonna talk after this.
Yeah. So you don't have to accept it, by the way. I know it's a big gift, so I don't really too much
That's
need this. So
that's just crazy.
yeah.
Oh my god. Ooh, my heart. It's beating out of my chest with excitement. I can finally
I
play
was
the
gonna.
one game I have.
So I was gonna be like, I was like, you want to if you want to be a Nintendo fan, by after watching all these things, you can play them on your new Switch. Like it's
This
like The
man.
Price is Right. You can go home in your new car.
Car. Do
Like
do do do. Yeah. Jesus, man.
yeah.
This boy's a
So
sugar
yeah.
daddy and he didn't tell anybody. I'm just
Baron is like,
saying.
holy crap. Yeah, yeah.
Baron. What's up,
That's why I
BB?
said that's why I said simping ain't pimping, because this ain't come cheap. So
But you didn't tell me you were a pimp on the side. Damn.
uh yeah. But anyways,
Damn.
I completely caught her off guard with that one, by the way. I literally did
Honestly,
not tell her a damn thing the whole time.
no.
So
He's just excited over there. I'm excited. And then he whips that out. God damn. Okay. That's what she said.
yeah. Ah yeah, there
I
you
couldn't help
go.
myself.
All right, let's see here. Next up, Nintendo Direct Mini. Okay, so we are in November 2012. We're a little over a year out after having done the Nintendo Direct. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this one up, and I don't do minis and stuff in this stuff, is this was the very, very first instance that I could find of Iwata doing his very famous, like, direct hand gesture. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. So
He's famous for it.
there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you
That's
get like super famous for just Oh
yeah,
my god.
so this is just a direct mini for just DLC for New Super Mario Brothers 2. Like more
My
DLC,
god.
that's it.
This goddamn
Um
damn game.
but yeah, like that is like a whole cultural like lexicon thing right there is the
Yep.
yeah.
Just the
It's like patented, a trademark by now. Like I would hope so, but
I
I
hope
don't know if you
so.
know this, but there's I'm gonna Google this here real quick, but there's like a in Japanese culture, there's like it's like a good luck charm, and I don't know the name or the word for it. But it's basically like good vibes is basically the only thing I can say about it.
Good vibes,
Um,
man.
and they programmed it as an Easter egg that was never supposed to be known publicly to anyone. It was a secret. Nintendo put this into the Nintendo Switch before ultimately the internet ruining everything.
Of
Whenever the
course.
internet found out, so Nintendo then quickly patched it out when the internet found out.
Of course.
Uh, and I mean, Nintendo put it in on purpose, but it's supposed to be an Easter egg that no one knows about. Uh,
Do they
they
not know the internet?
so there's a you can do the Nintendo Direct gesture on your Nintendo Switch, and it would open up Golf for the NES. Um,
That's
uh,
cool.
so what happens is Golf on the NES, I believe, might have been Iwata's very first ever game he programmed. So he's on the main menu. He does the Joy Cons with the direct gesture, and then it boots up the Golf.
Do they really think people wouldn't try that? Is Nintendo crazy?
Yeah, so interesting. Like I like how that's like it's so poetic and beautiful and like just touching and like very cool. Uh,
I would
I
have
don't know.
left that in.
I told a friend about it. And he's like he thought that was very weird and very like creepy pasta vibes.
Bitch,
Because he passed away. Yeah.
still.
But yeah, so I just thought that that was cool. Like, you know,
That
the
is
more
a
you know.
better way of remembering somebody's legacy instead of what Monolith did with that one developer that passed away while they were working on Shadow of Mordor and wanted to charge $10 for his character. It's like that is that gesture. Because I bet you somebody was just randomly like, "And what the hell is happening to my system?"
Yeah. So this one doesn't get a rating, so I'm gonna put NA for this one because all
Yeah,
the only thing that we got from this is the thing that got from it. So it's a mini. It
it's
wasn't supposed to be
cute.
part of this. All
I
right.
liked it.
Now,
It's cute.
yeah, like the random stuff that I know. Anyways, so Hugger, we are now
Mm-hmm.
gonna hit a stretch here where I call it a heyday, if you will.
Okay.
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 Now, and then this is 2013. We moved on to 2013.
Hmm.
Then Nintendo puts out 10 mainline directs in 2013, damn near
Okay.
once a month. Some of
Damn.
them were exactly a month apart, like to the day.
Jesus. Okay.
So,
Let me stretch.
like before
All
we
right.
get into it, I want to ask you. Right now, we're in a current paradigm. We're in a cadence of about roughly 3 a month. One either in January, February, one in the E3 time in June, and then one in the fall, like August, September, maybe even October. Just depending on when Nintendo's ready to talk about stuff. Like
Hmm.
they tend to do, one to start off the year, like what's coming out in the first half of the year, what's coming out here in the second half of the year, and then what's coming out like very soon or holiday push time or what have you.
Yeah.
So that cadence is cool. However, like the Nintendo in me wants more and more and more. Like I can't be satisfied. So like this 2013 one was a lot of Nintendo revealing their hand because they want to make the Wii U a thing.
Hmm.
And a lot of things they announced a little too early, and they had nothing to show other than words. Like we have ideas of what we want to do, and here are our general motifs. Here are our general themes and plans. And then like what I mean? Like
Yeah.
these
What
things came
else?
true. These things came true, by the way, in hindsight. But at the time,
The time.
that's all the breadcrumbs that they could feed us at the time. So, what do you think of this cadence? Is it too much or too little, or just right? Or you want give me more?
Person in me says it's too much because if you're gonna show me like this year with the shows, nothing has been shown that's been super far in the future. Like stuff has been announced, but like no gameplay has been shown for games that are way outside of the 2023 spectrum. Don't show me things that aren't gonna happen in the next year. Like don't show me Bayonetta, don't show me Prime, don't show me any of that if I'm not going to hear about it for another 3-4 years. And yes, stuff can be canceled. That happens a lot, but I would rather you sit on something instead of well, you talked about this in the show last month, and then the show before that. I don't need this over and over again. That's why I like the cadence they're at now. Just enough to keep you hooked, but not too frequent that you're like, I really don't want to watch this right now.
So January 23rd, 2013, they start things off, and I'm gonna skip to a certain part here where because they did a lot of announcements here, but I'm gonna just skip to the part where they talked about Zelda. I think this might have been towards the end of the direct here. Okay, so they brought in the producer of they brought Eiji Onuma and the producer of the Zelda series to talk about the new Zelda, and they're announcing Breath of the Wild in January of 2013. Um,
No, no.
the game the game didn't come out until March 2017. Now, to be fair, they delayed the game because of the Switch.
Yes.
It would have been ready. I think summer 2016 the game was ready to go out, but they had to make the Switch version to co-launch to sunset the Wii U and launch the Switch.
It
So
was a great
it wasn't
choice.
necessarily, yeah, it wasn't necessarily Breath of the Wild taking that long to make. It's just that external factors pushed it to make it come out later.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
but that being said, it's still a 4 year heads up. Like it's a,
Yeah.
they didn't call it Breath of the Wild. We didn't know the title until right before it launched or whatever. So we just said, um, he's saying we're working on two new Zelda games right now. This first main game that we're working on right now is going to take us a really, really, really long time to make. So we're going to give you a stopgap, and they're going to announce a stopgap here. So they said that for the mission for the new Zelda, and this was true, rethink the conventions of Zelda. Breath of the Wild definitely did do that.
Yes.
And then there was a second one that didn't come true, and okay, this came true. Completing dungeons in a certain order. This falls under the umbrella of rethinking conventions.
Mhm.
So play by yourself didn't come true because I think they were trying to talk about a multiplayer aspect, but there was no multiplayer aspect of Breath of the Wild.
No.
So they wanted to give you a little idea of what they're thinking about. They have nothing to show other than just talk. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Let me give you some.
Dan called you out.
What do you say? Let me see. I'll pull it up here. Lewis can never be satisfied. He always wants more and more and more. Yes.
Damn.
I do. You know what? Let me give you context here because I watched this the day this premiered, and at the time I was eating this up, man. Nintendo, I was eating from the palm of their hand, and I was satisfied with this news, and I was hyped. You know how like giddy and excited I was to hear that they're gonna make a new Zelda and they're gonna rethink everything and go back to the drawing board. Like that was enough for me.
You know what? I
I am the
get it. I
problem.
get it.
I am the problem. I'm the problem though.
Oh yeah, you
I
are.
need help. I need help.
You are the
but
problem, but you acknowledge it, so that's what
but
matters.
you know what? But when it's a game I don't care about, I'll bitch about it, and I will totally
Oh
be a
yeah.
hypocrite.
Oh
I will
yeah.
totally be a hypocrite. But like the moment it's something I care about, you can bet your ass I want this.
Oh yeah. At least you know you're the problem. That's all that matters.
So
God, this
yeah.
man.
So in this, we then go in and he announces Wind Waker HD. You say, hey, look, Breath of the Wild's gonna take forever, so we're remastering and HDifying uh, Wind Waker.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, yeah. So yeah, uh, I mean, I didn't play Wind Waker HD. I actually played Wind Waker on the GameCube. Just I was going through my Zelda phase, and I was going through like these old Zelda games, and I literally either just beat the game before they announced this. Actually, yeah, I think that's what it was. I think I just beat the game before they announced it, and like I was like, damn, I just beat this game, and like so
Now I gotta play it again.
I had no reason to play it. Like I just saw it, bought it, and put it in my shelf. Like the more interesting aspect of this is like I still sort of rings true for me is that Wind Waker HD looks the way I remember Wind Waker GameCube looking like. So
Yep. Final
and that
Fantasy remake is how I remember Tifa looking in my head. She doesn't look like
Yeah.
that.
Let's see here. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, they announced that they're gonna do a system update for the Wii U. The Wii U took forever to boot up. It took forever to launch a game. And it took forever to get back to the Wii U menu. Like there was like you would press the menu button and there would be a delay for like a couple of seconds, and you just sat there and wait, and then the menu come up for you to press go back to menu. So they fixed some system updates where they make things go faster. So those are
Okay.
welcome improvements.
Yes, everybody needs those small quality of life things.
Let's see here. Oh my god, I love this. Okay, so the virtual console, they announced the virtual console. They I don't like these prices. Um, but when you
Yeah.
bought an NES games, it's either $5 or $6. Super Nintendo games were either $8 or $9. And if you already had the NES game on your Wii Virtual Console, you can get it for $1. If you had it on your Super Nintendo Virtual Console already, like you can get it for $1.50. So you have to pay twice for the same game, but at
Bruh,
least they'll give you a discount the second
if
time.
I'm just gonna port it over with some ROM dumping. Nah, I'm not paying again for the same game. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, and the Wii U Virtual Console was trash. The emulation was terrible. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen the people. Oh, thanks for hanging around, Dragonheart. Get some sleep and have some fun. The only people I know that use the Wii U for Jesus Virtual Console stuff is like proprietary, or they put their own software and stuff on it now.
hmm. So, and this was a cool one. I got Super Metroid because of this, but they did a campaign where it was the 30th anniversary of the NES. Well, for the Famicom, really.
Mm.
But because it was the 30th anniversary, they did this thing where every game that they released for the part of the promotion was 30 cents.
Oh,
So you can, and it's a, yeah, for 30 days of the game dropping on the Virtual Console, you can buy it for 30 cents. And I
that's
bought
cool.
Super Metroid on the Virtual Console for 30 cents. So that was the only
That's
game
a deal.
that tickled my fancy that I bought for that price. Like everything else is like I don't really care about Balloon Fight, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I could see that. Damn, 30
So
cents. Jeez. And even the Famicom had some really cool features, like whispering into it with the Takashi's Challenge, one of the hardest games ever. You gotta sing into it.
yeah, here it is right here. Here's the list of the games right here. Balloon Fight started to kick things off here. I could have F Zero was for the Super Nintendo. I guess I could have got that one, but
Yeah.
Yoshi's an NES game. Donkey Kong's an NES game. No, I don't care. Kirby's Adventure. I would say as far as like FOMO in hindsight, I would say Kirby's Adventure, maybe F Zero. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I could see that.
30 cents. Like here's my other like concern about this. And I said this on a Nintendo survey like back in the day. I said, Nintendo, you should drop your prices of your virtual consoles because you're pricing yourself out. Because I barely own any virtual console games because these $5 and $6 is too much to ask. I think if you went down to like the iPhone model of 99 cents, I would buy more. I would own more games.
I mean, that's
Um,
more than fair. Yeah, five and $6. I can go on Steam and get some really, really good consoles, some really, really good games for that price that are way longer than these games. These games are not long. That's what she said.
yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just play this part here. They're showing us Bayonetta concept art here. They're
Bruh.
they're developing Bayonetta, and it's a lot of polygons because that's all they got. That's what they got to work with right now. So I think Bayonetta didn't come out until like almost 2 years later. I would say from this time. So it's early in development, but they did give us a little tease here at the end, right there. Here we go. Boom. So
Bayonetta, man. Oof.
boom.
Mommy. But man, so much.
And sh-
Oh,
and she's saying some stuff, some very provocative stuff.
of course,
Um,
it's gonna be weird with this new game because it's not the same voice actress.
oh really? I did
No,
not know that.
it's close, but not completely. And I'm like, okay. Yoshi.
Yeah, you know what happened? This is they announcing Yoshi's Woolly World. Right now they just didn't have a name for it. They just called it Yarn Yoshi. But this gameplay is not even how it plays. Like this gameplay right here is obviously like a demo or a prototype or whatever. But when you play Yoshi's Woolly World, this is Kirby's Epic Yarn. Like this empty void here, that's Kirby's Epic Yarn style, where you can see through Kirby.
I didn't even think of
Um,
that.
because it's the same developers that did Kirby's Epic Yarn. Um, so they even said it in his presentation. It's like, yeah, the people that made Kirby's Epic Yarn are making this Yarn Yoshi game, and so this is closer to the model that you play as, and you play the whole game. Like
Yes.
this character
Yes.
model. That's how he looks like when you play the game. So that whole concept of you eating somebody and filling yourself up with, that completely doesn't exist in the game.
That's wow, that's I wouldn't even have thought of that. Damn.
So it's what happens when you show things very early in the early development phase and stuff like that. You won't certain things get cut, and
Yeah.
yeah.
At
Uh,
least this is years in advance of like, hey, things are gonna change in years and not a couple months before Watch Dogs that you cut everything out. Hey,
yeah, but I
Yoshi.
I think the gameplay looks better than what we're seeing here, like from a graphics perspective. So
Oh
these
yeah.
screenshots are like not good. Oh, and they showed off Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, which I don't know
No,
if
that's
you
too much.
that's a mouthful. But basically, it didn't have a name, right? Because I given you the name of the because it's already came out.
Yeah.
But at the time, all it was called is collaboration. Uh, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. That's all we
Oh
had
my
to go
god.
with.
Jesus.
Development in
Development in
progress.
progress. Then don't show it and don't get me excited.
When did okay, let me see. Let me look up the release date for that game because I want to know how long. Okay, Tokyo
They out
Mirage.
here blue balling people. Damn.
All right, it got ported to the Switch, obviously. December 26th, the day after Christmas. December 26th, 2015. Um, now that is a weird time to release a game, right? It's after the holiday rush and everything like that. Oh my God, that's December 26th, 2015 in Japan. It
Oh,
didn't come to it didn't come to North America until June 24th, 2016.
okay.
So January 2013, June 2016.
Okay. Wow. Don't show it to me. Don't do that to me.
Let's see here. What else?
Like, damn, I know
What's
I'm
this?
impatient, but don't show me things that far in advance.
Oh, X. Uh, Xenoblade Chronicles X is being shown here. At the time, all we knew it as is just X.
X.
Yeah. So uh, yeah, no, no, yeah, they showed the mech stuff. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. That's like that Wii U version Titanfall kind of stuff here. Uh,
Yeah.
they call them scales or something like that. But anyways, yeah, this is all we had. This is literally all we had is this logo right here. X.
X. Oh, you know what? At least they showed some gameplay and not just a splash screen. Every time I see him.
So yeah. Okay,
Oh,
36 minutes. We had a lot to cover here. Let me recap
yeah.
the stuff here.
What's up,
So
fame?
we showed us two Zelda games are in development. They're going to rethink the conventions. They
Mm-hmm.
showed off screenshots of Wind Waker HD. Um, they said, and also in this I skipped over it, but they said a 3D Mario game is being developed right now, which was going to later turn out to be 3D Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
They said Mario Kart is on its way. It was going to later become Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Again, all they said is we're working on it. They said they showed the logos of the old games and saying the same teams that made those old games are making the new games. So that's
Okay.
two. No, sorry, that's three announcements with nothing to show. Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, Mario 3D World.
Damn.
Okay, all right. They're showing their hands.
They
Okay,
are.
they're showing like they showed the prototype of Yarn Yoshi. They went into a deep discussion of Miiverse. They showed the virtual console pricing and structure because like that they never
Yeah.
first time. We saw Wonderful 101, like a full on trailer of Wonderful 101. We got a teaser of Bayonetta 2. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE was teased with no title. They showed off a Pikmin 3 photo mode, which I skipped over, and they showed us gameplay of X, which is
Yes,
Xenoblade Chronicles X. That is a lot,
that
and
is a
that they
lot.
jammed packed it in 36 minutes. Now, what do you rate this? Because you're a little frustrated by some of these announcements. I can tell, even though they're good games in
They're
hindsight,
good. Yeah.
but they got released. They were announced
Oh,
at the
yeah.
beginning of the Wii U's life cycle.
Like a 6, I'll be honest, because it's the stuff that they didn't like they said, "Oh, hey, we're working on." Nobody thinks that they are never gonna not make a Zelda or another Mario game, so no matter what the branch of Mario is. So it's like, "Yeah, we know it's coming. You don't really have to show us this early. We know another Mario Kart's coming. You've already made 7 of them. We know another Zelda's coming. It's 30 years old. Of course you're making another one."
Right here, this is it. Like they said, oh yeah, by the way, we're working on a new 3D Mario action game, and we're working on a Mario Kart. That's what that. Boom! I found it.
Like, we know. We You've been doing this for so long, we know you're making another one. You don't have to show us so early. We're gonna be excited anyway.
uh,
Jesus.
well, I mean, I'm guessing like November 2012. I'm guessing the holiday sales for the Wii U was lackluster, right? So
Probably.
they got to drum up some hype. You know, I
Yeah.
again, I can sort of. Here's the thing. I actually liked this year, and I think a part of me almost kind of wishes that they could do this again. Like Nintendo can never like put out a fast pace of announcements at the rate that they did because
Mhm.
they were working so hard to make the Wii U a thing. They were putting out their best games of all time at that time, and they were so good that they just ported it to the Switch and reap all the benefits.
Yeah. Well, gaming at that time was also weird as all hell because we really thought Xbox was about to go down, like, be out. So, that was some
So
PTSD from that time.
a lot of times it's like, oh, the game's already made themselves, so we can just, cash out again. So it's like
Yeah.
I sort of, you know, I don't know, like this one I was gonna say like I was gonna give it a 7. And
Okay.
again, like I'm sort of putting I have a lot of memories of this specific direct. I remember, feeling giddy and joyous and stuff like that. But at the same time, in hindsight, I know that deep in my heart, I know that these are too early. Like, goddamn, can you like,
Can you
I don't know,
pause?
can you just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, can you pause? Like, it got me in the feels,
Well, and
especially like
now
knowing what we know in
there's a
hindsight.
yeah,
Yeah.
and a lot more people hadn't been turned on to indie games to fill those spaces where Mario wasn't coming out. But now it's like there's so many indie games that it's like, yeah, okay.
All
Like, it is
right.
what it is. I'll
So,
play this until something else comes out.
so 3 weeks later, we are hit
Dun
with
dun
another Nintendo
dun.
Direct on Valentine's Day,
Ooh.
um, February 14th, 2013. We're hit with Nintendo Direct, and Satoru Iwata announces the year of Luigi.
Or
So
Luigi. Just a year when Mario got so many other ones.
actually, I loved it. I was all about the year of Luigi back in the day. So yeah, a lot of Luigi based announcements here. So they start off with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Start things off. What else here? Let's see. They showed off a lot of footage. Oh yeah, they had gameplay to show, by the way. So there you go. What else? There's a lot of footage. Okay, Mario and Luigi's Dream Team. They announced that. It's a RPG series, the Mario and Luigi series, which RIP to the developers that shuttered and that made those games.
Oh.
Um, then they showed off Mario Golf. Uh, so there you go. So again, and this
Mhm.
one's not so much a Luigi centered one, but he's in the game, whatever. And then they announced New Super Luigi U, which is a expansion to New Super Mario Brothers U, which I love this. They gave Luigi his physics from the lost levels, where he can jump higher and he doesn't have he does worse traction than Mario. So if you try to turn on a dime, he'll slide. But yeah, so
For Luigi, our boy.
what else here? We got to see Fire Emblem Awakening. I guess it's got its title now by this time in the timeline.
Okay.
So there's that. What else here? Okay, Lego City Undercover, which I think we saw that before at
Yeah.
the Wii U hardware presentation. Let's see, what else? Um, we got to see Dylan's Rolling Western again, and Zombie U got a special edition Wii U set.
I
And then they
remember
showed some third
that.
party. They showed some third party partners here with The Walking Dead, Activision, and some Disney Skylanders. Or not Disney. Freaking Disney Infinity. Injustice Gods Among Us that I bought on the Wii U, like I said.
Mm,
Um,
mm, boy.
and they announced that Donkey Kong Country Returns from the Wii is getting a 3DS port. So right there, boom.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah. So that is a lot of announcements in these 37 minutes. And now,
Yeah.
admittedly, most of these announcements aren't like are too early to. They're like kind of like these are kind of coming out soon. So
Hmm.
like they showed a lot of gameplay footage of a lot of stuff. Um, I
And
think with
a
Luigi's
bit
Mansion,
more
it came out
below.
in like with Luigi's Mansion, it came out like it got announced in February. I think it came out in June, like of that year. So it's
Holy
like
crap.
yeah. So yeah, this was a pretty decent one. I think this was like I'm gonna give it an 8 on this one.
Give it a 7. Because they showed off enough, but there was quite a few that, were already announced and stuff. So now it's like, I feel like we're going to start to see a lot of, this was announced before and we're just updating you. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. That's true. That's true. But yeah, like this one, like got me. This one's like I really dug the Year of Luigi campaign. Like,
he needs another year.
um,
Give him more.
honestly, the one thing I hated the most about the Year of Luigi is that it was a marketing gimmick, yes, but they could have kept it going. Like I was expecting, the 2014 to come and it was going to be the year of another character, like the year of Link or the year of Yoshi or
They
something.
really could have kept it going. That is a
They
missed opportunity.
the year of Samus, like honestly, like they could have done like so much more with these brandings.
Yeah.
Um, so, anyways,
They could have
other
done
than that,
another year when of Luigi when what's that goddamn game? Guigi and all that stuff came out. They could have.
uh, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. I'm trying to get my say. Okay, I guess they showed off some more Animal Crossing New Leaf. Oh, it got a release date. It's coming that June. So that's
Jesus.
actually that's a that's like fast approaching there. Let's see.
That's some
They
Bethesda
showed
level turnaround there.
Mm, yeah, I guess that's it for like the main stuff here that I was looking at. I guess a Bit Trip presents. Okay. Anyways, I was just making sure I covered all the bases here with all the announcements there.
The
So
shows are getting better.
yes, agreed. All right. Next up is we're 2 months later, April 17th. We are now at let's see here, more of Year of Luigi here. So they had already announced Mario and Luigi Dream Team, and then they showed more of it here, and like basically showing that Luigi is more of a central mechanic than
Yeah.
Mario is. So, by the way, like I like how yeah, that's the one.
I love it. God
I
damn,
love it.
Mario's head is
Yes.
huge.
Mario's gonna get all pouty because it's the year of Luigi, and he's like, "What? What about me, bitch?" Like,
You
yeah.
need to chill. You had like
There it
30
is. Yeah,
years,
see right
man.
there. He's all like, "Huh? What?" Like, and Luigi's like, "So, like, oh yeah, thank you. I'm so happy."
It's
But
my time
anyways,
to shine.
so let's see here. Let's get to the gameplay here. Yeah, it's an RPG game. It's cool. I played it, and like, there's a mechanic where like Luigi's sleeping, and you go into his dreams, and so uh, there was this part where like because it's a dream world and stuff like that, there's like you can see multiple Luigis and stuff like that. There's
Oh, that's
some
weird.
they showed a lot of cool gameplay, by the way. It's like very gimmicky. But yeah. What else here? Oh yeah, I tap A. Oh yeah, A is for Mario, B is for Luigi, and um,
That's I love that.
yeah, there's this. Yeah, I guess he's in the.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
There it is. The Luigi's.
Oh,
There we go. Yeah.
that's not
See.
a nightmare at all. Oh, that's not a nightmare either. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm not gonna think
See,
about
like.
this tonight.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's the year of Luigi again. Like he's a central mechanic. So I think that it's August. That's actually not that bad. It's like what is it, a 5 month wait time?
Yeah,
No, 4 month because it's April.
4. Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what else here? Let's see. What else gets announced here? Mario Golf World Tour. We already previously announced. All right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna skip around here. Let's see. This is a 36-minute presentation. Let's see. Oh, Mario Party for the 3DS gets announced. It's called Mario Party Island Tour.
Okay.
Not Luigi focused, but whatever. They showed off more footage for New Super Luigi U, which is okay, whatever. We already saw that announcement, but they want to remind you. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, coming the summer 2013, and oh yeah, he um, it was a two pronged thing where it's like you can either if you have New Super Mario Brothers U, you can buy the expansion, or you can buy it separately as its own physical retail release, completely
Oh,
apart from yeah.
Nintendo knows how to monetize their stuff. Yeah, they may never go on sale, but they know how to monetize. They know how to get you.
and and of course we saw if you've played the Wii game, I think the Wii is the better version of this game, but you know, to each their own. Like I like
Mhm.
the nunchuck thing, and like playing it on a 3DS doesn't seem like to have the same appeal because they mapped it to the X and Y button where you just tap X and Y. But if you do the nunchuck and Wii remote, you just do like this and it hits. So
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's more involved gameplay. I like that.
So May 24th. Oh, that's a month out. Like okay, all right, cool. What else
You
here?
trying to flex on Nintendo? Damn.
Oh, okay. They show the comparison of the load times here. Look. All right. Uh it's so egregious because I remember like having the before. So you press the Wii menu and then okay, even the after is a little egregious. Now that I think about it.
Cause we're spoiled now with like instant.
The Wii they didn't even finish letting the before finish loading. That's how
They said, "Cut away, cut away, cut
they
away.
cut away.
Don't let anybody see that."
uh
My god.
so anyways, yeah, so they showed off the system update is cool. I like that. Okay. Here's the big game here. Okay, Pikmin 3 got an update. Flying Pikmin gets added into Pikmin 3. Um, let's see. All right. I think the did Pikmin 3 already come out at this time? No. Pikmin 3 was set to come out in September of that year, I remember. So
Mhm.
August or September. So it's still not out yet. Okay, I thought for some reason I thought it was like DLC. But here's the big one. All right. So what is it? April 2013. We're gonna get the big bombshell drop here. Boom.
Oh, what a good game.
Coming to the virtual console Earthbound. Now here's the little mini controversy. They said that all remember we covered this in just the previous direct, right? We just talked about the pricing structure where it's like going to be $7 or $8, one or the two. This motherfucking game comes out on the Wii U Virtual Console 9.99, $10.
Why
The
make a
only
pricing
game,
structure if you're not gonna obey it?
yeah, the only game in the Wii U Virtual Console that's a Super Nintendo game that didn't obey that pricing structure.
I wonder what one in the recent Earthbound and Earthbound's Beginnings is gonna be like.
What are you talking about on the Switch?
Uh-huh.
No, it's free.
It's free?
Okay, if you're a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber,
There we
you get them
go.
for free.
I'm not paying for online. Hell no.
Really? Oh,
I
I pay for it.
That's why I play PC. I refuse to pay for playing online anymore.
Oh, okay. So if you're an NSO member, all the NES ROMs that are available on the service are free. Just you to just play it
I
without
might
you paying
have
extra
them.
for it. You just the NES ROMs, the Super NES ROMs, but I refuse to pay for the Nintendo 64 expansion pack because if you want to play Nintendo 64 games, you got to pay extra for that NSO expansion.
Stop
But
partying things out. Just give it to me.
so yeah, I think okay, they showed off Game and Wario. I actually have this game. It's really cool. It's
I
a really
love
good
that
game.
game.
Really, you played it?
It's one of my friends had a Wii U, and I would go over and play. Oh God, just going to people's houses sounds weird now. But yeah, I'm like, this is
Sketch.
a
I love
game on
Sketch.
crack.
I love the Pictionary. We play that a lot. The Franks where everyone's like doing this the catapult thingy.
I don't like
So yeah,
that. I don't like that at all. Whatever's going on screen there.
I'm pretty sure that's like the one player games. I didn't play a lot of the one player games on Game and Wario. I played a lot of multiplayer ones.
Mm.
They announced so many special editions. They announced a special edition Animal Crossing
Look at
3DS,
it, it's so cute. Oh, ooh, woo.
and
You know
then
what?
what else?
Gets a 7 already.
That's virtual console re-releases for Link's Legend of Zelda: Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. What else here? Um, let's see. Bravely Defaults. Uh,
Bravely
gets
Default is
gets
banging.
gets announced. Okay. All right. What
Professor
else?
Layton, baby.
Professor Layton. Oh,
Oh, he
okay.
dropped her.
This was the biggest announcement here. This one again, they're operating on all cylinders, right? I mean, I'm just like Nintendo is having like pretty good decent directs here, like
Yeah.
January, February, and now here in April, they announced the big holiday release of November 2013 with gameplay. Like they showed off The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. And here it is. Boom. Like I was hyped. Like, I don't think it had a name yet, but everyone was like, "Oh my god, this looks like A Link to the Past." You know, which fun
Yep.
fact, the game started off as a Link to the Past port for the 3DS before they like they want to do like a HD remake remaster, but then they were having fun with the development, and then they just thought this cool new mechanic with him turning into like this painting on the wall that you know.
Yep.
So then it just became a sequel. So yeah.
You know what?
Let me
It
see.
all
There it
the
is. There
better
it is.
for it.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's the mechanic right there. I love that mechanic. There was so many cool things. So
So
yeah,
cool.
this this was the big oh, I love that. Oh my god, yeah. So um this has gotta is this got this has to okay, 7 minimum, but now that you see this, where are you at? What are you feeling? Okay. A lot of announcements.
A lot of now.
Uh
Seven and a half. Not quite
seven and
8
a half.
because I don't want to score it too high and then the next one be even better. And I'm like, well, now that I think about it, that last one was dog water compared to this one.
I'll go ahead and split the difference because I was thinking 9, but you made me go down to 8.5. 8.5.
Okay, okay.
All right. All right. I'm putting our average down, so our average is down to an 8. I don't know if if you're keeping up, but I'm putting the scores down, and that's this one right here has our highest rating so far at an 8. So
Because it was good.
I know it was so good, right? I can't like that's the kind of cadence that I want out of Nintendo, like right now. But whatever. Anyways, all right. Exactly 1 month later, on May 17th, again, we're getting hit with another direct, like
Jesus.
as if that wasn't good enough already.
Right?
So here at this direct here, we get hit with Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics. Not a not a needle mover
Eh,
there,
no.
but it's not quite hype. It's almost 30 minutes long, and there it is. Like there's a lot of time being giving a geography lesson about where's Sochi. But anyways, um, yeah, finally we get to the gameplay. Um,
Go, Mario, go.
I think that was probably like the bigger headliner. Okay, so this was an interesting one. Okay, so E3 is about to happen in like a couple of weeks from this time frame. They announced. Let's see. There's a lot of. Okay, they announced Game Gear is coming to the Virtual Console. Um, we got these things are coming out, which we already got talked about at the previous direct. Let's see here. More Donkey Kong. It's literally coming out like in a few days from this premiere, but
They
whatever.
just want you to
Uh,
remember it.
yeah, May 24th. It's May 17th. Okay, cool. Uh, what else? Showing off more Animal Crossing. It's coming out next month in June during E3 time. More Game and Wario, which we saw. This is
Yeah.
this is the this was the game I was talking about, Franks, where you like catapult these things. Yeah, I played this a lot with my friends. Um, let's see here. So Game and Wario. It's what is it? Um, there it is. June 23rd. $40. Oh, that's how much I paid for that game. That's actually a steal. Um, let's see here. Not Metal Gear Solid. Resident Evil Revelations got a Wii U HD remake, whatever, HD remaster, because it came out for the
Okay.
3DS first.
Yes, it did.
Um, so there's that.
And they also
Let's see.
misprinted the box title once they released it.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's
love
right.
it.
Let's see here. More Super Luigi, blah blah blah.
I'm
Again, they're
already
showing a
putting
lot of stuff
this back down to a 6.
that. All right, let's see here. There was something that was kind of popping off here, so let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
Because, like, I
Um,
would be like, we've seen this already. Why are you showing
you
me
see it?
stuff we've already seen? I like that
Another
logo.
trailer for another trailer, another trailer or footage, I guess. Ooh, man, is this all rinse and repeat? Don't tell me this is all rinse and repeat. Give me something. Give me that new. Uh,
You get no new. No
holy
new.
crap! There is no new.
All right, back down to a 5. I thought there would be something. That's a 5.
Ooh, wow, wow. Okay,
See, that's the
okay.
problem with you
There
do
was
too many shows. You're gonna start doing this.
announcements that no one really like cares about or whatever. But
Exactly.
there was one announcement that happened that isn't a video game announcement. And I can't find it here on this preview timeline here, but during this Nintendo Direct, and this is probably the hypest thing that they announced, was oh, maybe it's over here with Reggie. Let me see. Nope, I can't find it. All right. There was an announcement where you can go to the Best Buy in a few weeks in June. During E3 week, you can go to your local Best Buy and you can play the games that are going to be shown off at E3 2013. So um, we didn't
Okay.
know what they were we didn't know what they were going to announce, but they showed us Mario Kart 8 gameplay. They showed us Super Mario 3D World gameplay. They announced Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and with gameplay for the
Jesus.
Wii U. And I think there was a fourth game. I can't remember what the fourth game. Oh, Wind Waker HD
Yeah.
gameplay um, at E3, and those games, those demos, were available at Best Buys, at participating Best Buys, which one of them was near me and like 20 minutes away, and I just drove to Best Buy and I got to play those games
Of course you did. God damn it, man.
before they came out. Yeah.
That's cool. God damn it, that's cool.
Yeah. So this was the big announcement at this E3. It's like, hey, I'm in a Best Buy collaboration. Boom.
I
Line was
do
long, by the way.
like I bet it was. I do like now that there's starting to be like sales when
There it is.
E3's always had sale. There it is. E3 has sales, and then some of these directs, not directs, but like some of these showcases do have sales on their personal stores and stuff. I do like that now.
Yeah. All
Like,
right. So
get me interested.
on the basis of the Best Buy collaboration, does it bump it up for you? It's still a 5.
Uh, Still a 5 because it was in select locations, and probably most people that really wanted. I didn't even know if that was available in Canada. That's one of those things. Like, was that available here?
Yeah. Yeah. You bet my ass. I have selfies from that day on my phone. So let me see if I can just find it real quick and like we'll hold it up to the camera and see if I can find it real quick here. I already know the day of when it happened. It happened June 2013, and luckily my photos are organized by calendar. So
Thank
let's
God for
see.
that. Oh my God.
All right. Let's. All right. June 2013. All right. Here it is. It's called the Nintendo Experience at Best Buy. Let me I just took a picture. I just took a picture of somebody playing Mario Kart 8, but I just right
Oh,
there.
wow.
Those are the 4 games you can play.
That's
Uh,
crazy. They wouldn't do
and
that
then
now.
there's like I just took a picture of somebody playing Mario Kart like 8 right there.
Isn't it also kind
It's
of
like
crazy to think 2013 Mario Kart 8, we're still on Mario Kart 8. If this were any other company, we'd be on Mario Kart like 15 by now.
yes. So there you
I
go.
mean,
Boom.
they just announced more DLC for Mario Kart 8. I'm like, but God, release the new goddamn game. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna follow you on this one. I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. I think from a video game perspective, Game and Wario, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Resident Evil Game Gear Virtual Console, like kind
Yeah.
of weak sauce.
Yeah.
5 is generous, if anything.
5 is generous, but we're not trying to be too harsh right now. Maybe soon.
All right, so they start off Nintendo E3 2013. They started off by showing us the Pokemon X and Y, like right off the bat, just right off the jump. It's 41 minutes. I like it. I like it. Okay. We got to see the starters right there. Oh yeah, everyone likes to
Oof.
see the starters. Um, but anyway, so all
Squirtle
right.
all the way. Squirtle, Squirtle. Touch me.
I think
Love my
did we see
Squirtle.
Mega Evolutions? Please tell me we see Mega Evolutions here. Nope, no, nothing yet. Okay. Anyways, so we got to see Pokemon X and Y. Oh yeah. By the way, have you
Damn.
you know the name there's this region is set in like France. Like the Kalos region is a stand-in for France.
Oui,
Um
oui.
so like I know Mon Ami is when Gambit says that in the X-Men animated series, it's
Yeah.
basically means friend. You're like
Yeah,
your
my friend.
you know, yeah, Mon Ami, you know.
Mhm.
So um Mon Ami, MON, Pokemon, Pokemon Ami. Well, that's what they called it. Pokemonemy.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like
You don't,
that.
come on, you gotta like a good pun.
I love a good pun, but like, come on. That's such low
you get
hanging pun.
so in this thing, you get to be friends with your. I don't think any like Gen 7, Gen 8, you don't get to do this.
Mm.
You get to like pet your Pokemon in Pokemonemy, and I actually like
That's
this feature.
so
I used it.
cute though.
You get to
I
like
want
up
to
your
pet
friendship.
Pikachu. Hey, look at him.
Yeah.
We
So
we are getting into
yeah.
the point where we have hit completely now that I think it was that third mandate where gameplay, tons of gameplay.
Hmm. Yes.
What's up, sir? Look at you.
Super Mario 3D World gameplay, obviously. It's gonna
Hmm.
come out in November of that year, so it's June, so it's not but good 5 month lead up time there. I got this game. I bought this game twice. Actually, now that I think about it, for the Wii U, I played and beat the game on the Wii U, and bought it on the Switch, but didn't play it.
Sir, you have a problem. You have a problem.
uh, let's see here.
Oh my god, Dan says Game and Wario is now $100+ on the secondhand market for a
Oh my
used
god.
copy. Ooh.
Quick anecdote about the Game and Wario is the when I pre-ordered the game, I pre-ordered Game and Wario. Who does that, right?
Yeah.
Um, so when went up to pick up my pre-order on launch day, like straight up, they told me the GameStop employee told me that I was the only person who, number one, who pre-ordered the game, but also they only got one copy of Game and Wario that day, and that was for me.
Holy
How
crap.
do you how do you launch a game on day one and don't supply GameStop with copies of the game? I don't understand.
I mean,
But
look
yeah,
at
I
some of the
was.
stuff we have to deal with review codes now. I'm not surprised anymore. Like,
Yeah, so I got Game and Wario, which I honestly didn't expect it to be a rare game or whatever, but like
There
It
you go.
is. So, and I have it. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
December.
crazy.
That's actually not true. It came out in November. So
Okay.
nice. The
You know
Mario
what? I'll
Kart 8
take a game
Deluxe,
delay.
or the opposite of a game delay, I guess. It came out a month sooner
Speed
than they promised.
speed it
Yeah.
up.
Speed it up. Okay, it's November now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I believe it launched in May 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a whole year out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't. It was at least it came out before the following E3 at the very least.
thank
But
God.
May 2014. Yeah.
Could we get
So
another one now, though?
more courses for you, and we'll call it a day.
Exactly.
You know what? We're Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has 48 courses, and they're going to add 48 courses. That means they're doubling it to 96. 96
Exactly.
courses for Mario Kart 8. It's almost like, like in Smash Ultimate during the marketing campaign, they said everyone is here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can basically be like, everywhere is here.
So it's either they're never making another Mario Kart again, or this is like going to be the penultimate for a very long time. Which, if they do that, that's okay as well. The game still looks fire and plays super well.
Yeah, yeah, it looks very good. Like Wii U graphics, surprisingly good.
Surprise, right?
Actually, no,
What's
I
up,
take that
Matt?
back. It's not so much Wii U graphics. It's more like Nintendo optimization is like on another level.
They know how to make a game that for I mean, I shouldn't say all of their games because that N64 era was like real rough, but they know how to make a game that's gonna look good for a long time in general.
Yeah. Plus, it's not big file sizes. Like Nintendo has,
Right.
they had the Wii era with DVDs that hold 4 GB. Nintendo 64 had cartridges when PlayStation had 700 megabytes to work with on a CD. They had like 64 at the end of the life cycle, and that's with the specialized cartridge. Otherwise, they work with 32 megabytes and lower. Like Nintendo doesn't really, they're not a gluttonous for space and making big file sizes.
I
So they are
appreciate that.
even in the Switch era, like Breath of the Wild is 13 gigabytes.
I appreciate that so much because I was looking for at Stalker Heart of Chernobyl's file size, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to free up like 200 gigs somewhere. I don't know where that's gonna come from. Holy crap! Like
Uh,
200 gigs. That
yeah,
man.
terrible announcement here. We're part of you, but whatever. We'll go ahead and move on. Let's see. Oh, some
Oh
third
my
party stuff,
god.
some Just Dance and Rayman.
Why
I
is
guess it's
that
the Ubisoft.
still a franchise? Just Dance?
Let's see here. Oh, Skylanders. Okay, this is a third party sizzle reel.
Yeah.
Um, Sonic Lost World. I think did I skip over something? No.
I might give it
Oh,
what's it?
Watch
Oh my
Dogs.
god.
Watch Dogs for the Wii U. Glad I did not buy it. First off, got delayed. The Wii U version of the game got delayed while everyone else got to come out, like on time. So not only did the Wii U didn't come out day and date with everyone else, the Wii U version was a crappier, inferior version of the game. Like how to explain this?
Oh no.
Somehow I feel like, and I don't know if this is true, but I feel like the 360 and the PS3 versions of Watch Dogs was better than the Wii U version.
That is very possible. That is very possible.
Which is ridiculous. Those are consoles that came out in '05 and '06.
Yeah. And Matt says it's the definite way to play a classic Watch Dogs on the Wii on the Wii U. You a troll, but I like it. That's the best way. I'm gonna give
Okay,
it
let's.
a already
So this
halfway
is still
through.
halfway through. This is E3. Let's skip around here. Okay, footage of Wind Waker HD. All right, we get to
Yeah.
see gameplay in action. Again, this is a remaster, whatever. Let's see. We get to see the announcement of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Mhm.
All-time classic game. People love it. Dan has
So
given
good.
a lot of good things to say about it during Ready Press Play and all that stuff. Bayonetta, an actual real trailer of Bayonetta, not like that Platinum Games behind the scenes thing, but a
Yep.
real like game. I think this might be gameplay because right now it's CGI, but I think it might show a gameplay here. I hope. Let's
I
see. Oh
remember
God,
this.
God, I love. There's
I
just so much going on here. Um, yeah, you know what? Honestly, like, oh my God, heart shape. But I think Platinum Games did a good job of extracting hardware out of that Wii U, or something, or
They
extracting
did.
performance out of the Wii U.
I mean,
Let's see here.
Bayonetta is also a game that there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot going on, and the story is. I mean, in the first game, she killed God with a lipstick bullet, so it's one of those games you're like,
Here's the gameplay.
oh, it still looks
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And I don't know if
I think
Bayonetta 2 has it, but Bayonetta 1 had a one-handed mode, so you could play it with one hand.
yeah. And
Freaks.
what's kind of crazy is like I actually dug the performance of the Wii U version, but then somehow the Switch comes out and the performance like they bettered the frame rate. I'm like, what the fuck?
They said,
And
give
I'm
it
like,
everything you got. Put it in maximum overdrive, baby.
but what's crazy is like the Switch isn't that much more powerful than the Wii U. So it's like
No.
the only thing that I can think of that the Switch has going over the Wii U is that the Switch has double the RAM. Like the Wii U has
Yep.
2 GB of RAM and the Switch has 4, I
Yeah.
believe. So
Wow. It's sometimes it's the small. I remember I was mad about them releasing Bayonetta 2 on this Wii U exclusively because I'm like, I have Bayonetta 3 for PlayStation 3. And I'm like, no, I have Bayonetta 1 for PlayStation 3. And I was like, all right,
yeah.
it's going to come here. It's going to be good. And they never did it. It's on PC now, but god damn it.
Well, you know why though, right?
Wasn't there the platinum deal with them? And what is this?
Oh, this is Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's still called X right now.
Okay. I was like,
But
what are you?
um, I think that it might have came out in December of this year. I don't know. I can't remember if it was December 2013 or December 2014. But they're showing off X. It still doesn't have a name yet. But my like the reason why Bayonetta came out to the Switch and the Wii U is because Nintendo bankrolled it. Um, the Platinum and Sega were never going to greenlight Bayonetta 2. It didn't sell enough, and it was a dead franchise to them. And Nintendo was the one that cut the check. So the reason why it even exists is because of Nintendo.
Isn't that crazy that like Bayonetta is a cultural phenomenon now? Like she's in other games. Everybody's like, "Who's
I
that
think
sexy witch?"
Smash 4 helped it. Like I think
Yes.
Smash is in Smash Ultimate. Uh, Smash is like a tastemaker. So when a character appears in it, suddenly their relevancy, their stock rises. So
And the fact that people are still lusting over Big Mommy there, and now people are like, "Oh, Bayonetta, I forgot about her. She was original Mommy." Yeah, people got horny again. That should be the they're like,
now
"Oh, let me simp."
here's the big announcement from Nintendo E3 2013. So this is announced with June 2013. The game doesn't come out till November of 2014. So it's a bit of a wait, but god
Yeah.
damn, is this really good like announcement right here. First off, everyone thinking Animal Crossing. Oh my god, is this Animal Crossing HD on the Wii U? No, fuck that. This is
No.
not. This is not that.
I still
This
need
is
Doom
gonna.
Guy and Isabel to team up on things.
So yeah, we get to see the announcement of Smash for the Wii U, which again
Wow.
has been like already like previously stated with words, never a
Yeah,
logo,
but to
never
see
any
it.
footage, but this is the first true like announcement of Smash. Um,
It's
funny
me,
enough,
Mario. I'm going to beat your ass.
funny enough, for the this is the showing 3DS footage. For they did a promotion in Nintendo E3 of 2013 with Best Buy. They
Mm.
brought that promotion back the following year in June 2014, and they let us play Smash at Best Buy.
Jesus.
So that was awesome. I played Smash 4 before it came out, and I won my very first game of Smash, like at the Best Buy. Like it did. It was 8-player Smash. So they were able to make the line. The line was really long, but they were able to make the line run kind of fast because they were able to get 8 people to play at one time. So it was a free for all of 8 people for 2 minutes, and I got the most kills, and I won. So, and that's how I knew I was destined for greatness. um, but yeah, basically, it's the announcement of Smash and showing the announcement of Animal Crossing Villager as a playable
Animal
character,
Crossing. I love Animal
which
Crossing.
and not in this direct, but in this later at the Treehouse Live at E3, they showed off Mega Man and Pac Man as playable characters, and the game was playable behind closed doors.
Oh God, when that happens.
Okay, I guess they showed it off here, but this is Mega Man here. But I guess I thought Mega Man came later, but I guess Pac Man might have been the one that came later, where it's like they revealed another playable character, not part of the mainline presentation. But this is a cool like
I forgot
um,
Mega Man has hair.
underneath the helmet.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's like, he has hair. Yeah, of course he has hair. Look at
I was
him.
confused. I was confused by this trailer
Mm.
because I thought to myself, how does he have this much moves? Okay, because like they showed like in the NES Mega Man games, like when you kill the boss, you take their move, like their
Mhm.
ability. I don't know if you remember that, but
Yeah.
like they're showing all of these boss moves that he has from like the bosses that he beats in his Mega Man game, like the Metal Blade, and I'm like, I was confused by how they were pulling this off. Like, what? How? Like, I couldn't understand. Like, how does Mega Man have these many boss moves? Like the Crash Bomber, the Leaf Shield, and all this other stuff. Like, not realizing that oh, you just map them to a move. Uh, but
It's
like
okay.
he has so many like real like boss like moves and stuff like that are um. But yeah.
Oh
Anyways,
my God. Why'd you guys? Oh, we just lost Chocolaka. He'll come back. Sorry about that, y'all. It's just one of those days already. Oh, hey. How you doing? Come here often? Yeah, Chocolaka will be back in a second, hopefully.
yes, I'm back.
Okay.
My Google Chrome literally crashed, like straight up.
I've had that happen a couple times. Yep. Don't worry about it.
But my Google Chrome has never crashed on me before, like ever.
Today it said, welcome. Welcome for the first time.
uh, all right. Luckily, like when I booted Chrome back up, it's like, hey, we noticed that your session ended abruptly. Do you want to restore it? I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
and then
obviously,
it
duh.
and it restored just to the same spot it did before. So, but yeah. Um, let's see
Go,
here. So
Mega
yeah,
Man.
3DS and Wii U, blah blah blah, blase blase. I think that was the big ender. Oh, they actually showed like the actual show floor, like
Oh,
how
wow.
they like one of the things about going to an E3 is like seeing like the sets. You know, like
Hmm.
they actually. I've never experienced. Actually, I take that back. I was gonna say I've never experienced a Nintendo set like this, but they did this for the Switch when they went to PAX and they built those sets again, and it was so awesome.
That's
It was like
cool.
that. Like, oh, I loved it. Like, so yeah,
That's cool, man.
there it
Look at
is, right
Nintendo.
there.
All right, so still a 5.5. I'll give it for the
Five and a
Smash
half for
announcement.
E3
Yeah,
for E3 2013.
yeah. I know that's
Okay,
a hard one.
Pokemon X and Y,
Hmm.
Mario 3D World, Mario
Hmm.
Kart 8,
Hmm.
Smash, all shown.
Hmm.
Those were like game of the generation like type level games, and they're showing it. Like they're showing their hand.
They're
I
game of
don't
the
know.
generation if you like Nintendo like a lot. And
Okay.
I'm like not super a Nintendo kid. I grew up playing it
Mm.
and PlayStation, but I'm like not I don't simp for them sometimes. Sometimes I do.
Bayonetta 2 was in there. I mean, God, like what I was thinking 9. Oh,
Oh,
actually, no. I'll take it back. I'll go down to 8. I take that back. I'm gonna like the only thing that I wouldn't like raise it up beyond an 8 would have been like that robot chicken level of presentation of just like that little extra like seasoning. But
here's the
content wise,
thing.
it's there.
I won't even give my favorite games of all times 8s or 9s. Like it has to be something so visually outstanding, keep it going, fresh, as Lady Gaga would say, never before seen, fresh, exciting, all that stuff for me to give it that high. Because once I give it that high, it's gotta kind of hold up for a very long time, and sometimes that doesn't happen.
Wow.
I'm
You
very
know, like
critical of things.
that's interesting, but it averages down to 6.5. You're 5. You're my 8.
Hell
So yeah.
yeah.
So like I was like even like seeing this and like seeing all these announcements and these trailers, like it was like damn, like you're operating on again on all cylinders. You got the 3DS looking good with Pokemon X and Y. You got the Wii U looking good with Mario 3D World and Donkey Kong Country. I mean, like
I would
yeah, like
almost feel we're probably gonna have to do a part 2 of this. But
yeah,
I would almost feel burnout at this point. Like, oh, okay, here's another one. This is another one and another one. We're just going, we're going. And then E3 is blending with everybody else that's there. So PlayStation, Xbox, all that stuff. And
yeah.
like,
Hmm.
there's a lot to take in at this time. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who to root for.
Yeah, interesting, interesting.
I
Okay.
gotta scooch my little legs up. I'm short and I can't touch the ground to turn.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to
Move
July.
it on. July.
July 18th. July 18th. We're literally a month away, a month out from E3, and Nintendo has more to show. Now, this one's a weird one because I said Nintendo Direct Minis don't count and they're not going to be counted. However,
Mhm.
this is a 22-minute long presentation.
That's not a mini at that point.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, minis tend to be under 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a full snack pack now. 22
So I
minutes?
included I included it because it's that. So they shadow dropped Earthbound first and foremost.
Of course they do.
Um, Earthbound just comes out and let's see here. Oh, a little skit. Uh, he's chop
What's he
like
doing to that
collect.
portrait?
He's collecting the apple. I think he's
Oh,
like I guess breaking it off. And then they play the sound effect, the Animal Crossing New Leaf sound effect of when you eat food. Sounds exactly like they just superimposed it. It was very cutesy.
that's adorable.
So we show off Animal Crossing New Leaf, right?
Okay.
So I think it had just launched because I want to say I think it came out in June. I think we covered that. Um, so Majora's Mask as a item that you can collect in Animal Crossing. Art Academy showing off that.
Hell yeah, give
Uh,
me those shovelware games, the Barbie games and stuff.
yeah, it's a lot of Nintendo Zone. I don't know what this is. I guess it's like where you go and connect to the Nintendo Wi-Fi or whatever, and
Oh,
like
okay.
download data. Okay, Street Pass. Now, I don't know if you know this. Did you own a 3DS?
No.
Okay, so Street Pass is a thing where in sleep mode, your Nintendo 3DS is still Bluetooth enabled. And so when you pass somebody on the street, like two 3DSs come into proximity of each other, they quickly exchange data very fast, like and I'm very, very fast, and then you move along.
Don't know if I like that.
Now, Street Pass is actually I used it a lot. There was a lot of games that had Street Pass enabled, like
Mhm.
Smash. What else? Mario Kart. Okay, like for instance, Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. This is a good one. When you play the games and you set records on time trials on Mario Kart 7, you can street pass your ghost data of how you performed on that track. So when you're playing Mario Kart 7, you can see the ghost of the other racers that when you're competing against, kind of,
Okay,
so to
that's
speak.
kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
For Street Fighter, like you could see like certain like scores or whatever. Like it would just pass along very fast, like kilobytes of information that about like your games you played, um, game data. Like that's cool. And like with Smash for the 3DS, you can get like these little pogs of other people that you've played against, and you can fight like pogs with each
That's
other.
cool.
Uh, so,
Okay, you
anyways,
got me. You got me.
um, so Street Pass on the OS level, you get to Street Pass me's, like my avatar, right? I get to make a me. I get to tell them about myself, like what's my favorite game, what am I playing right now, a catchphrase. And so what happens is when you go to the Street Pass Plaza, you see this gate where he's like, this person is at the gate greeting these three people that are entering in. Those
Yeah,
are the three people that they Street Passed with. And so you shake their hand and they tell you about themselves, like, hey, my name is this. I'm from here.
that's cool.
I love this game. And what happens is these me's that you enter in your plaza, you get to play games with them. um, in order to beat these games, like there's an RPG game, I forgot what anyone is called, but basically you're rescuing a damsel in distress, and you gotta squad together. You get a sword and shield, and everyone's like running to go save the princess, and you need the people behind you to beat the game. So you have to actually street pass with people in order for their army to be with you. If you don't street pass with anyone, you have no army. You can't play the game.
That's kind of cool. Damn it. I mean, the cybersecurity person in me is like, that is a nightmare. But the gamer is like, damn, that is cool.
So there were two free games that came with Street Pass. There was a puzzle game where everybody gives you a puzzle piece to fill out a jigsaw puzzle, and the other one is that aforementioned like RPG game. I think there might have been other free games, but those are the two that I played to
Okay.
completion.
I didn't
Um,
know about that. That's cool as shit.
and honestly, this was like a convention's wet dream
I
because
can
when you go to
imagine.
a PAX or any kind of nerdy convention,
Yep.
you could bet your ass everybody's street passing all day long.
That's so cool. God damn it, Nintendo. Nintendo really it's knows their gimmicks for handheld consoles. They really do.
My only like gripe is they didn't bring back Street Pass for the Switch. I hate that.
It's a good thing. Otherwise, what the hell would we be doing now?
But this trailer, this E3 is an announcement for Street Pass games. There were many Street Pass games that came out throughout the entire life cycle of the 3DS, but you have to pay for it. So like it's like a
Oh.
$5 add-on or whatever. It's not a free game. They give you like a free games to try out, right? They're full complete games.
Hmm.
But other games that you can play with the other me's, you gotta pay.
I don't know about $5.
Yeah. So like this game, I don't know what this game is. Oh yeah, you get to like decorate your me, but so like okay, I don't know Me Forest, Flower Town, Warriors Way, Monster Manor. Like I know that they exist, but I never played them. Oh my god, look at the pricing structure. $5 or 15. Okay, 15 for all four. Okay, never mind. Okay. I thought it was 15 for one of them. I'm like, what?
You almost
At
had a
least
heart attack.
okay. Okay. Buy three, get one free is not that bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But yeah. Um, anyways. So yeah, like okay, more of that. We've seen that before. Okay, Mario Luigi Dream Team, blah blah blah. Shin Megami Tensei 4.
That was
Nah. Okay.
wow. I love um Shimigami games. They're they take so long to finish, but oh my god, are they so good.
Okay. So it looks like on my notes here, it's these are basically deep dives on previously announced games. That's why it's called a mini, because there's nothing new for the most part. The only thing
Girl,
that was new was the Street Pass games that I just told you about.
not for 22
Earthbound with Shadow
minutes.
Shadow dropped, Earthbound, previously announced games. We get to see DuckTales. I love DuckTales, by the way, for the NES, and now
Woo!
for the remastered for the Wii U. And then yeah, they're showing off. It's out right now. Oh, and here's one thing I do like about this is that I think I might have. Let me see. Okay, so Bill Trennan is out here with an actual strategy guide that came with the actual box. Remember, like I showed you my
Yeah, the
copy of
giant one.
Earthbound,
Yeah,
the giant. Okay, so they fully like digitized the in like high quality for the Virtual Console re-release,
that's
and so
so much
like
work. Holy shit.
when you when you buy the game on the Virtual Console, um, within the OS level of the game, when you press the menu, you get to actually see the strategy guide that was made.
That's
So
cool.
I guess they didn't show it here, but this is not how it. I was hoping that they were going to show it, but they don't show it. But you get to see it like right there on the gamepad
That's cool.
or on the TV screen for that matter.
Because
He makes
sometimes you
a
do need a strategy guide with that game, I'll be honest.
but he makes a joke that the only thing they weren't able to digitize was the scratch and sniff cards because they came with scratch and sniff cards inside.
Then slap a scratch and sniff card in the goddamn box and let me sniff sniff away. Don't tease me.
So yeah, there it is. Um, Direct
Uh,
Mini. Gotta
not
grade
a
it on the
mini.
curve. Gotta grade it on the curve though.
Yeah.
I guess
Uh,
I guess that's why they called it a mini because they didn't want to get your hopes up because it's nothing new.
yeah. Um, let's give it a 5 because it's a mini that's not a mini. And
A
then
mini that's not a mini.
they did show Street Pass, which was cool, and Shadow Drop Earthbound with a strategy guide. And Earthbound is like the penultimate game all the time. If y'all haven't played Earthbound and you're listening to this, why? It's such a good game. And
So
it's
just
just got re-released.
and I saw like a NeoGaf post or whatever, like again when I'm like pulling all these things together, where
Mhm.
it's like when people were bitching that like Earthbound was $10, and then they're like, all right, look, would you rather pay $10 for this virtual console game, or would you rather pay $100 for the cartridge? And I'm like, okay, I guess you win.
Exactly. You
Uh,
gotta pick and choose. What do you want? Can't have both. No porque los dos.
uh, all right. This one we won't spend too much time on because this is a month later, August 2013. We got to see Sonic Lost World gameplay footage. They showed Rayman Legends footage, and what else?
Amen.
Art Academy is coming to the Wii U because it was on a 3DS previously. Let's see. Pikmin 3 was about to come out or had just come out at this time because I remember it was like literally like around this time. I think it came out in
Pikmin,
August or
Pikmin.
September. I can't remember which one. More Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Let's see here. Some virtual console stuff. Um, I'm guessing this is a New Leaf expansion or DLC thing.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess footage of this already that they've already seen before, or I guess new footage, but whatever. Um, Footage in action of Wind Waker HD. Previously announced stuff here. Um, Stills from Smash 4.
That
Uh,
Wii Sports Trainer is no goddamn joke.
and let's see here. They showed off this app here that got it was a limited time only app, and I don't know why. But this was an Animal Crossing Wii U Plaza where you could interact like some things from an Animal Crossing New Leaf can carry over to this plaza. And
Okay.
one of the things that people were first like when there was like a leak or something at the time was like Animal Crossing is coming to the Wii U. It's going to be HD. I heard that they got HD textures for all these character models, and this is what they do
Uh,
with it.
yeah. Uh, Nintendo loves to troll us. Holy crap.
uh, HD character models, and this is what they do with it. They make Animal Crossing Plaza, and they make this Animal Crossing like Mario Party ripoff that sucks ass. Um, that was the Animal Crossing representation that the Wii U got.
Poor, oh. Poor Animal Crossing and the Wii U. Oh,
God damn! If there was a franchise that could have lifted up the Wii U, God, this is what
look
they do
how
with it.
well it's done for the Switch. Jesus.
Animal Crossing Plaza. All right, there we go. So
Uh,
yeah, this was like again, I didn't have a lot of time to spend on this one because there wasn't a lot going on. It was
yeah.
27 minutes of fluff. Of
Yeah.
27 minutes of
Um,
stuff that we've seen before. Um, and yeah, the only thing that I saw that it was new that I could see was Sonic Lost World and Rayman Legends. Those were third party
yeah.
by Ubisoft. By Ubisoft at that.
Yeah.
Or no, Sega and Ubisoft. Four.
I was about to say 4 too. It's like, don't waste my
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
See,
I
yeah,
mean,
now that's
okay,
too much shows.
okay, yeah. I told you we're averaging about almost once a month, but at least they're coming to with new trailers.
Yes, it's not all my that's true. They are new trailers and not just the same thing over and over again. I didn't even think of
Yes,
that.
at least at the very least. Right.
I will give
That's the
them
only
4.5.
credit. 4.5.
4.5. Because you're right. It is new trailers.
All
I
right.
didn't even think of that. Damn. This boy got a sharp eye.
All right. So now we're skipping forward 2 months into October 1st, 2013. We are now at let's see. We are at a 29-minute presentation, and let's see what we got here. Oh, more footage of a game that we gonna come out in a month's time. We saw Mario 3D
This is
World again.
still one of my favorite memes is Nintendo, we make family games. And then just that shot of Mario looking right up Peach's skirt. It's like, it's like, yeah, we make family games, all right. Certain kind
There
of
we
fam.
go.
Oh, there it is.
You gotta pause it at just the right time because he turns his head just as quickly. But like,
Damn,
yeah.
Mario. Isn't that your girlfriend? Why do you gotta be doing that weird stuff?
All
Oh
right.
my
Let's
god.
see here. So yeah,
Ooh, I
again,
didn't like that with the long
yeah,
limbs.
yeah.
Oof. That's like seeing tall Mario in Super Mario Maker. I don't like that. It's
Oh
weird.
God, do they? It feels like Ubisoft pays for like an ad spot on the Nintendo Directs. Um,
Probably, honestly, because Just Dance is perfect for the Nintendo platform.
you know what's kind of interesting is that they were making the Just Dance up until 2020 for the Wii. Did you know that?
I did
Uh,
not know
like,
that.
like, like the last, I think the last Just Dance that came out for the Wii, they stopped supporting the Wii, but people were still, and like my niece is to blame on this one too, because people were still buying Just Dance on the Wii. It was still selling, so they were still making them. And my niece doesn't have a PS4. She doesn't have a an Xbox One or a. She on her latest most up to date generation of consoles is the Nintendo Wii, and so she was buying Just Dance every year, like with the for the new songs.
I mean, that makes sense. You don't got to set up a camera. You just got the Wii. It makes sense because that Just Dance
Yeah.
is that game.
The Wii remotes, yeah, like you have like, and I even bought her like she had like the original Wii, like the regular Wii remote, and I
Mhm.
bought her like the Wii remote so with Wii Motion Plus in it with a little more accurate motion tracking. Um, but yeah,
Jesus, I
uh,
did not know that. That's crazy to me.
yeah, this one I don't like this one. I mean, it's like a handheld Batman Arkham game that's 2D, and I came to the Vita by the way, but
I think I
yeah,
remember
uh,
this.
yeah, it's called Blackgate. Uh,
I never played
no,
Arkham Origins either. That's the only Batman game I have yet to play. Because it
Bravely
also
Default.
wasn't made by Rocksteady. Bravely Default is so good. Oh yeah.
Let's see here. So remember that thing that they talked about, like rethinking the conventions that we talked about in January?
Hmm.
They wanted to get a new item at a new dungeon, solve puzzles using this new item, reconsider the Zelda conventions. Okay, so this is the old way of thinking.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I think with the link between worlds, you can go to any dungeon in any order. Um,
Thank God. I wonder. I would love to watch somebody react, like one of the devs react to the Breath of the Wild speedruns, because the Breath of the Wild speedruns are insane. I'm like, they planned out this whole elaborate game and speedruns are done in like 5
Oh
minutes, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Man, I worked
These
so
really
hard.
weird skip things and stuff like that. Yeah. But as you
People
can
are
see
weird.
here in this little gameplay demo, what they has you have every single item available to you at the start of the game. What you do is you can each of these items are the items that you would normally get in a dungeon, and so
Yeah.
in the dungeon of this of the game of the level that you're going to go to, it has a little signpost with the picture of the item that you need that you would have normally gotten in the dungeon.
Oh, I like that.
And
It's
so
not in your face, it's a little hint.
yeah, so what happens is what you do is you rent these items from this guy right here. Um, so you rent them, and you can get all the items you need. However, and you can even have enough money to rent them all at once. And what happens
Jesus.
is, if you die, all the items get collected by this guy that just flies into your dead body, picks up the items, and delivers it back to the back to this guy. And you got to pay money to rent them again.
Bruh, oh man, I would show up back at that shop and kick somebody's teeth in. Like, give me my stuff
So
back.
all the items are egregiously expensive. Like you got to save up a lot of money, and the rental
Of
price is
course.
very low. And so what happens is like as you play the game and you collect and you farm rupees and stuff, you get to pay off the items. It's like you're mortgaging these
Oh
items and you
great,
get to
they
pay them
brought
off.
Tom Nook to goddamn Zelda.
And so like by the end of the game, you bought all the items,
Yeah,
but at the beginning of the game, you know, you broke AF.
that's some
if
smart
you ain't got no
gameplay.
if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home.
Ass home. Oh my god. We just aged ourselves by saying that.
So yeah. Oh look, 20 rupees to rent that. That's like a steal.
That is a
Uh,
steal. But they know your dumbass is gonna die like 6 times and you're gonna have to come back and get it.
yeah, like
They're like,
900 rupees to buy it or something like that or whatever.
that
Um,
still clip that wall stuff is still adorable. Oh, I love it.
uh,
Shrink into that wall, baby.
and I like they said here. I guess that's the guy that you rented from. His name is Ravio. This is a character from New Super Mario Brothers U. Uh, or New Super Luigi U. Actually, I take that back. And so what happens is like apparently, uh, the developers of the two games they work on the same floor in the same building, so they must
Oh
have
wow.
exchanged notes. They must have exchanged design notes or something. And finally, the announcement of a Kirby. I believe this is Kirby Triple Deluxe for the 3DS. Now, this game didn't get a name yet. It was just a Kirby game is coming to the 3DS. We'll tell you the name of the game later. And they showed
Okay.
gameplay footage of the game in action. Since it's a 3DS, they want to play with 3D perspective, right? It's 2D, but like different planes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So.
Okay. Ooh, Kirby. Goddamn, watch the train, buddy.
So yeah, I'm not a big Kirby person. I think that was the big new release or new announcement.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, looking at this. So yeah, everything here that I'm looking at my notes here, it says that these are all previously announced games. This is the only new announcement. So again,
Four. Because I'm also
again,
not a super Kirby fan, but I do enjoy Kirby.
again, new footage. Got to remember that.
Exactly. So four
Yeah,
and a half.
but
Four and a
four
half.
and a half, four and a half.
That's true. New footage.
You get new footage. All right. All right. Next up is I think we're almost done with 2013. We'll do these next two, and we can wrap up the show if you want.
All right.
We'll finish out in 2013. So that is
Oh yeah.
crazy. Well, that's crazy. We only covered 2 years of Nintendo. Well, actually, no, a year and 2 years
It,
actually. 2012,
2011,
2013.
2013. Yeah.
Yeah.
What we
So,
yeah.
and then we did it in what 3? We're going on 3 hours. Okay.
Because
Um.
there's so much. The other 2 years were kind of slow because the shows weren't, not that they weren't good, they're just not, this is where they're starting to hit their stride. But we're also in the 2013 is also that weird ass year where almost once a month they're dropping something. It's like, oh, but as we've seen, there's so much overlap that it's like this could have been a tweet. There's been so many shows. This could have been a tweet. This could have been a text. This could have been an email instead of making me sit here. But sometimes do you, baby boy. Do you, Nintendo. Do what you gotta do.
Damn. I just checked my Twitter here, and about an hour ago, fucking Dan messaged me. He DM'd me on Twitter. Uh, Nintendo of America tweeted out, as of late March 2023. So they're giving us, I guess I'm breaking the news right now here on the show.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so they're giving us a year or 13 months head start. Okay, 13 months.
Okay.
As of late March 2023, it will no longer be possible to make Nintendo eShop purchases for the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems.
Wow.
Wow, what a buzzkill to our retrospective. What a
I don't
buzzkill.
even I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, they shut down the Wii before, and
Yeah.
P- PS3 and 360 are going to go offline anytime soon as well. You know
Yeah.
what's kind of crazy? 360 and PS3s online, you can still make purchases on them, and they came out in '05 and '06. This is a
Yes.
2012 console. These are
Yeah.
2011, 2012 consoles.
Yeah. That's why I'm like a little shocked. I mean, I guess you do have to sundown things, but like that's kind of quick.
10 years? 11 years?
10
12
years?
years?
Yeah. In our world, no, that is very long time, but like in the gaming world, that's kind of quick because people are still discovering I mean, there's people like me and stuff that are playing these old games for the first time now. It's like, oh. And now to hear you're just gonna sundown them, it's like, oh, well, I guess
Yeah.
never mind. And then
Yeah,
you're gonna
honestly, I have.
sundown them on the console, but you don't like when people do ROMs and stuff. Make it make sense, baby. I don't know.
You pick one.
Pick one.
Yeah, like okay, this is like again, I'm just reacting to this. Is like my initial knee jerk reaction is kind of like apathetic because I extracted the fun out of those consoles. Like
Yeah.
I don't boot up my 3DS for nothing. My Wii U is boxed. Like I have the original packaging. Like I don't throw away the original packaging, and I literally boxed it up and put it in my closet. Like it's not coming out.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
like I would only like unbox it just so I can buy Earthbound Beginnings just to not play it. You know, like I want to own the ROM digitally on the actual. I want to have it installed. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
because here's the thing about the Nintendo Wii. Everything that you have installed on your Wii, whether it be virtual console releases or whatever, those are yours to play
Forever.
on the console forever. Like
Jeez.
there's no DRM checks. They said Nintendo said before they cut them offline, make sure you re-download every software that you want before we shut it down. So if you made a purchase, make sure it's not deleted, make sure it's reinstalled, and make sure you have enough space for everything, and then you get to keep them.
Good guy Nintendo coming through clutch. Okay.
So I didn't really care for that because there was really nothing on the Nintendo Wii that I wanted.
Yeah.
But I may have to reconsider for the Wii U. But like, almost my entire Wii U library is physical, anyways. So
There you go. And at least they're giving literally a year notice to people.
yeah, yeah, that's like it just feels sour. I don't think there's really any time like I don't know. I don't think there's ever a time to like make it like okay, yeah, everyone's gonna accept it. But like, I guess I'm a little I guess like numb now.
Yeah,
I guess I would say more than anything. But at least with me, like I said, I lived it throughout its heyday. So like as you can
exactly.
tell, how we're recounting these directs and how I'm like oh yeah, I want to rate them up here.
You want to put
So
them way up. I mean,
so
you truly never want to see the end the end of a console because once you close the stores, you're like, that's it. The console is
that's
done.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Vita. People were fighting for the Vita to stay open.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Vita
yeah,
was man, the Vita was so good. Vita is
so yeah,
still
like
good.
so like
Wow.
bet, but not really a bet. More of like shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Who shuts down their store first? PlayStation 3 or 360?
Uh, I can't even remember when PlayStation agreed to shut theirs down. I think it should actually start be winding down soon.
You know what's kind of interesting is that the 360 games are going offline, but not the 360.
That's
You know, like we just talked about on Ready Press Play, how like Halos 1, 2, and 3 and 4 are no longer playable online on the 360 anymore. You have to play them on the Xbox One or whatever. You know, like they're sunsetting the multiplayer servers for the old consoles, but they're not sunsetting the ability to play old digital games or buy digital games on the 360. Now, I have my personal opinion on this is that they're probably not going to sunset the 360 anytime soon, just because they're so big on backwards compatibility that a lot of the 360 backwards compatible games are, you know, you can play them and buy them there, and you can play them buy them here as well. So there's no, they kind of sort of like are chained together, I would
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I agree with that. The 360 is still yeah, I agree with that all the way. I don't think they'll sundown. It'll be a while. It'll be probably the next Xbox before they start really truly sundowning it. And
That's crazy.
PlayStation, uh, I'm surprised they
Have it.
haven't started to sundown the PlayStation 4. I'll be honest.
4 or
Even
3?
the 4, like started to slowly, like maybe like the games that I'm sorry, Mike, I
I
keep
don't.
touching you. Like the
I don't
games that
think they
weren't
would.
super popular start to sundown them.
Mm, okay, there you go. Okay,
Yeah. I mean, they're not gonna
that's
shut
what I
down
meant.
like whatever,
Destiny 2.
Destiny. Yeah. They're just gonna sundown some of the older games, start cleaning it up because it'll be a very long time before the PlayStation is sundown, especially with how hard it is to get stuff right now. Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, we did cover already press play that certain like games that flopped got sundown on their multiplayer.
Sometimes you
Um,
just need to cut your losses.
yeah, but I think on a game by game basis, like turning off a multiplayer isn't that bad,
No.
especially when they've already had its heyday, or if we know it's a commercial flop, or if we know that there's only 5 people playing. You know, so it's like
Like I was
Battleborn.
very sad when they sundown the Killzone 3 multiplayers cuz I was man, those annoying kids that were doing the no scope, that was me. I was the sniper in Killzone and I miss Killzone 3's multiplayer. I mean, it's still around but not from not in a legal sense, but it's still around, but I do get kind of nostalgic and sad when I see anything start get sundown because I'm like, oh, it was this time in my life that this happened, or I was going through this, and it's like this helped me through it, and now it's gone.
All right. All right. Let's go ahead and keep it long. We got 2 more to go. That was the
Okay,
penultimate Nintendo Direct of 2013. November 13th, 2013. We have the announcement. Okay, there's a little skit by the way here of Bill Trennan on an elevator, and then it's a little awkward or whatever, but apparently like Reggie Fils-Aimé like pages him or like intercoms him through the elevator. They're like, "Hey, we need to get this Nintendo Direct going," and then afterwards that you see like uh, a me of
oh
Reggie.
my god, that was
So like,
abrupt.
yeah, so like he says, "Hey, Bill," or "Hey, Reggie here," and you hear his voice and you think it's him saying it, but then he was like literally like right there.
I wonder how much of this stuff he still has in his house somewhere.
So we get to see footage of A Link Between Worlds. Okay, yada yada yada. We got to see the announcement of a special edition 3DS
If
XL.
I were to get a 3DS now, it would be that one.
No, no, no.
Just for the collection's sake, because I'm a fan of
It's
the
got,
gold.
yeah, it's got the Triforce like right here. But
Yeah.
anyways, no. The reason why I would say no is because the new 3DS is a thing. You got to get the Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah. So, in case you don't know the differences between the regular 3DS and the new 3DS,
The
the new
new.
the new
They
3DS has a faster processor, so the game load times are much better. It has a right thumbstick and or like a right nub. It has eye tracking 3D. So with the 3DS, when you turn on the 3D, you have to hit it dead center, like look at it straight on. With the new 3DS, since it has eye tracking, it caters to you.
okay.
The 3D effect caters to where you're at. So um, like
Yeah,
the new 3DS is way better than the old one.
that would probably be just for collection's sake. I would probably never play it, just like to have it. Sometimes, you just
Let's
gotta
see.
buy stuff to have it.
I I have
And
five 3DSs. You just said it first, okay?
yeah, I meant like one.
I want to get six, and there are six SKUs of the 3DS, not counting any special editions or limited editions or whatever. I'm talking about six 3DSs. There's the 3DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, 2DS, and new 2DS XL.
Bitch, they rode this thing into the ground. They said, "Give me all of it." Like,
So I have
let's ride
five.
this.
I have five out of six. The only one I don't have is the new 3DS. Yeah, the new 3DS. Um, when the new 3DS came out, Japan got the new 3DS and the new 3DS XL, and North America only got the new 3DS XL. And so what they did is later on down the road, they were like, okay, America, you can get the 3DS, the new 3DS as well. And so basically, they let you have the choice of buying the smaller screen version or the bigger screen version, so you can have what you like. Uh,
Variety, it's
so
a spice of life.
yeah. Um, but I want the new 3DS for the sake of having it.
You know what? I agree. Collection, and one day
Yeah.
your kids, or if you plan, or even whoever you're gonna give your collection to, is gonna appreciate it.
I actually used all of them at once, because Mario Kart 7 lets you do download and play. So if you have one cartridge of the game, everyone can play a local Bluetooth multiplayer together,
That's cool.
and you can have up to 8 players. So if there's eight 3DSs around and one person who owns the game, everybody can play all the entire courses, like every single course. The only thing is the people that don't own the game are forced to play as a shy guy. and uh, and then if you own the game and you join the Bluetooth lobby, then you can play whoever you want. But I did have all my nieces and nephews and my brothers all play together, and we all had 3DSs. I had five of them, so it's like, here you can have one, you can have one, and we can all just play together. So yeah.
That's good.
Uh,
Oh, that's so cute.
let's see here. What is this? Bowser's Tower. I'm guessing this is a Super Mario Party Island Tour, some more Bravely Default, some Professor Layton.
Oh yeah.
Uh, let's see here, some Nintendo Zone. Okay, YouTube came to the 3DS in November 2013. It
Oh,
didn't come out
wow.
at the 3DS came out in 2011, in early 2011, and it's now the YouTube app is now coming to the 3DS.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm guessing this is some Pikmin DLC because the Pikmin has already been out by this time.
Yeah.
What else? Let's see. Some shovel or a quick sizzle reel, and I think this was the announcement of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
I love
Um,
Captain Toad.
have you played
Yeah, it's so cute.
the
He's
little
annoying,
diorama
but
Captain
puzzle game?
Toad.
And wait a minute, no, this isn't Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This is Mario 3D World. Sorry, excuse me. That's right. It was about to come out literally like it either came out by now or it's about to come out. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Interestingly enough, like this is like I think this might have been the PS4's launch date or something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember dates. You know what? I'll give it a 5.
A Link
Um,
Between Worlds Special Edition and YouTube on the 3DS.
good
It's a
God,
5. Yeah, it's a 5. It's
the
a
YouTube
5.
app barely works now some days.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just know we need to. I don't think I think I downloaded that app and I never actually used it because I have a phone.
Exactly.
But to be fair, the 3DS was a kid's a handheld for children.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, like especially if you got like an 8-year-old a 3DS, they don't have a phone.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's where they get the pass, but like it's also 2013 and you know,
You can't get a pass for everything.
you exactly. If this was 2007, okay. Yeah, YouTube was in its infancy. People didn't even know what the heck was going on, but now mm,
And now,
uh,
a month later, December 18th, 2013, they start off with Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U. Bam, like just showing off gameplay. And what's really interesting about this is that Hyrule Warriors was they're gonna show off the Hyrule Warriors title right here. It's the
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Hyrule Warriors is the working title. Name not final, and they don't even have a logo. They don't even have a font. They don't even
No,
have like this is Times New Roman. I think this is Arial.
actually, that might be Ariel. Yep. I know the bottom one is probably let me that might be Helvetica on the
Comics.
bottom cuz it is a sans serif means it has no feet. They
So
really said, "Here you go."
what's kind of interesting is like Hyrule Warriors was the final title. They but at
Yeah.
the time it's like like Project Octopath Traveler. It was just called Octopath Traveler. Um, so a lot of times these project names they don't but then they're like, okay, you know what? I guess we'll go with it. You know,
Like,
like
oh, what's
X.
what's the latest one? Triangle Situation
Yeah,
or
Triangle Strategy.
it's like
Triangle Project Triangle Strategy.
it's like mm, okay, I guess
I
that's your
just
working name.
I
That's your final name.
I just love that they made a big deal of showing the working title in this official looking like
I can't get over it. Name not final. That seems like that's a mistake.
they start off the December 2013 Nintendo Direct with that. And then they show us some Wii Sports HD. Like, let's see, let me skip around.
Bruh, Wii
Okay,
Sports is fire.
Yoshi's New Island for the Nintendo 3DS. They showed us more
Russell.
Kirby Triple Deluxe. Let's see. Oh, Chibi Robo got announced here. I don't know if
Ooh,
you know about that character for
yup.
the GameCube. Now he got a sequel on the 3DS. Let's see. I guess they had a demo version thingy here. Bravely Default again. It's about to come out in February, like in a couple of months. Uh, the cutscene for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I love this cutscene. Like, I don't know if you've seen it before, but
I have,
he's about to
yeah.
blow up, and then the freaking Tropical Freeze comes and fucks it all up for him. he
That's what it feels
gets
like when winter comes in
he gets
Canada. It's like you
he
just trying
gets
to have fun.
mad. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's what winter in Canada does feel like too.
Like, just
Just a
damn.
deep freeze all of a sudden.
Uh, yeah. He's like
Tropical
mad
freeze
at
is
the.
so good.
Let's see here. What else here? So more Sonic Lost World DLC. Oh, they got collaborations with Sega where they put out like a Legend of Zelda and was it Yoshi? Yarn Yoshi? But like I know Legend of Zelda was one of them, but they showed off like yeah, Yarn Yoshi uh collab and I think the other one was they showed off the Zelda. So yeah, like I like how like they mashed up Sonic with Yoshi on that one.
Yeah.
That
And
was a
it's
good
like
mashup there.
seamless, so you don't even notice.
Yoshi.
And then I guess they might have showed up at another direct, but there was a okay available now, so they just stealth drop it. I hope they showed off. Okay, well, I guess the Zelda expansion must have come later, but a different direct. But Wii Sports Club is basically Wii Sports HD. They showed off tennis and bowling and stuff like that, and they was like they did this really weird thing where they gave it away for free, but then paid later, like for like a limited time. You get to download it and play it and enjoy all of it for the game. So it's like
Bitch, no.
they they gave away the cocaine so that way you can get hooked.
Yeah. God, oh my God, what an analogy, but so true.
What do you do? How do we invade this territory? We give them free crack. That's what we do.
You got
Um,
some crack? You got the crack?
so with this game, yeah, like I get to download it, I get to play the whole game, like full featured everything, and then like after like this 1 month trial period, then it asks you to pay for the game, within the game to unlock it.
No,
So
don't tease me like that.
okay, was it only a day? I remember it being longer, but I remember it like I got to play the whole game, like which I did without paying for it. But like, was it only a day? That's fucked up. Okay, whatever. Oh, stealth drop, stealth
Stealth.
drop.
Look at them
Okay,
go.
okay. Will be pushed automatically if it's just not enough free space to download it. So they will literally download the game to your system without you asking for it.
I don't like that. I don't like
As
that.
long as you have enough storage to support it, you will get it.
I don't
Wow.
like that. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but you can't. Don't do that.
Mario and Luigi Wii remotes. See, I think I bought the Mario Wii remote. So
You
yeah.
left my boy
Uh,
Luigi out of it? What's wrong with you,
oh
you monster?
no, wait. Did I buy the? I bought the Yoshi and the Mario one. That's what I did. There was a lot
Okay.
of them. They had like a Toad. They had a Princess Peach one. They had like a Donkey Kong one. Like I just didn't care for.
Yeah, you can't
But
buy all of
I
them.
just I just bought the Mario and the Yoshi ones because those are like my jam. Like Yoshi's my favorite Mario character. So
Mm.
um, NES Remix gets announced, and this is a really good game, by the way. I don't know if you played it, but it's a really good game where they basically did ROM hacks on these NES games, and they made courses and challenges out of them, like Link as instead of
I like
Mario and stuff like that. They like
this is the precursor for Super Mario Maker.
but yeah, like they did like these weird challenges because they did obviously manipulate these ROMs and stuff like that, but they're sort of like I played it. It's very good. And this came out on the Wii U first, and then it came out on the 3DS, and it works better on the 3DS because it's like very handheld, like pick up and play, just do a couple of challenges, and then turn it off
Go.
and like yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I think it works better on handheld because you're like yeah, you're not when it comes to console, like home console, you're gonna sit down and play something,
Yes,
So like yeah.
exactly.
But anyways, so Stealth
I
Drop
like it.
NES remix.
I
Stealth
like it.
Drop, okay. Stealth Drop Dr. Luigi U or Dr. Luigi. Sorry, not you. Is there a U in there? I don't know. Um, but it's the year. It's still the year. It's still the year of Luigi. By the way, we're still in
Oh my God,
2013.
yeah. I forgot. Holy crap.
So Doctor Luigi came out, and what makes him better or different than Mario is that his pills are in an L shape, whereas regular Mario's is just regular two prong pills or whatever. So yeah, that's what makes his stuff that different.
Oh,
Um,
Luigi.
yeah, let's see here. And then that got stealth dropped that day. Damn, there's a lot of footage of this game. All right, let's see here.
They
Oh wait,
want you
no,
to
it didn't get
enjoy
stealth.
it.
They didn't get stealth drop. Okay, it came out like 2 weeks later, so it's December 18th, December 31st. Came out on New Year's Eve, just to really make sure that, it's still the year of Luigi.
Yup. Cutting it close.
Cutting it close there. Also, Club Nintendo reward. If you had enough points, then you get to get this little like statue thingy.
That's cool as all
Um,
hell.
then the reveal of Rosalina and Luma for Smash 4. So this is a new Smash 4 trailer. By the way, look at this trailer. By the way, It's literally like it doesn't even tell you that it was Smash. It just basically you're thinking that this is like Kirby Air Ride, like, oh my god, is this Kirby Air Ride or whatever? But then you
Yep.
see Rainbow Road all of a sudden, and you're thinking to myself, is Kirby gonna guest star in Mario Kart 8, like as DLC or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's like it's a huge fake out. Like, you don't know what to expect. And then next thing you know, bam, out of nowhere, you see the Mario Galaxy star. Um,
They
and then
really
there you go.
said, "You thought, son."
You thought the Luma like goes by and makes Kirby lose control and crashes like
Oh no. Damn. Oh, Kirby. Damn, son, are you okay?
and then the Luma comes in and just like and then just
Tell me that Luma
ends things
pulls out a Glock or something.
up. And
Oh,
then they all just come in like, what the hell? They just stop the race and
why you gotta poke him, donkey? Huh?
and there you go. Rosalina is here, and then that's it.
Rosalina's here and ready to beat your ass.
She was a top tier in Smash 4.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
what's it called? She got nerfed in Smash Ultimate, but she's still tournament viable. Um, so yeah, that was. I think is that how they closed the show? No, it's not. Some more Mario Kart 8 footage. Let me see. Is this where the meme started? No, it's not. Okay, that's it.
Ooh.
Um, I was wondering if they showed the meme. I guess where the meme where like Luigi's doing the death stare and stuff like
Oh
that. I wonder if
my
they showed it
god.
in the
It's my
footage, but
favorite clip. Just like,
like they did
if
like
there's any reason to buy this game, it's just for that.
they see me rolling.
Oh, wow. Are you trying to age us like 10 years tonight? God damn.
uh, so yeah, so let me do a quick recap. Hyrule Warriors, name
Mhm.
not final, but it is.
Yep.
Wii Sports Club gets forced onto you for
Yes.
a day. It's a play for a day for free.
Okay.
NES Remix gets Stealth Drop, and Dr. Luigi gets essentially Stealth Drop, basically.
Yeah.
Um, and more footage of aforementioned, previously announced games like Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
so what do you think? 6.5.
5.5.
5.5,
Yeah.
really?
Just because
Okay.
the Hyrule Warriors not final name really took me out. It was like a sucker punch to the face.
It's like you're deducting a point for the presentation. That's like we made 4 rules, and the fourth rule is presentation, and you fucked that up.
Exactly. Exactly. You didn't even have to say not final name. You could have just said Hyrule Warriors or just not given. I think they could have left it as Hyrule Warriors not final name if they hadn't made such a presentation of him reaching into the chest and been like da 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 da. Like, come on. Like, now you're overselling it. You don't need to sell this to me like that.
uh,
They really, yeah. Yeah, 5.5.
okay, so our lowest scoring one here, I'm just looking at the scores here. Our lowest scoring one was the third ever Nintendo Direct. It was the Nintendo pre E3 2012 Direct at a
Mhm.
3. We gave it a 3.
Okay.
Now the criticism was that it was dry, it was boring, it was just Nawada in an empty ass room, and
Yeah.
they were showing off the Wii U hardware without actually showing you the Wii U. Really, like you know what I mean? Like it's got this corny ass skit with like terrible acting and terrible
Use your
dialogue.
imagination, boy.
So that one deservedly so gets the 3, which is the worst. The worst, most insulting part is like that was literally Iwata's debut to the American public.
Yeah. Poor Wada.
But I
But
watched it, all of
he's a
it.
legend now, so
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But we tended to like lean towards 5s in almost every instance. Like not in almost every instance, but like a lot of them getting 5s. I'm seeing 5s, 6s, 6.5,
you know
four
what?
fives.
It's like when games get like at 70 and people are like, "Oh, that game flopped." I was like, 70 is 50 is passing. a 5 out of 10 is still a good score because it leaves room for improvement. If you give something a 10, you're thinking, oh, it can never get better. And so it only has to fall from there.
Yeah. So the standouts here was February 2013. We gave it a 7.5
Hmm.
average. Uh, April for 2013, we gave it an 8.
Oh,
Those
look
were
at us.
the two highest ones that we did were, and they were back to back at that, and they were at the beginning of the year. They
Yes.
showed their cards. They went all out with the Year of Luigi, like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon,
Hmm.
New Super Luigi U, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, and then they got Earthbound being like renowned for Virtual Console. They showed Mario Party 3DS, and then they showed off the big killer 3DS app, A Link Between Worlds. I mean,
Yeah,
like between those two directs, I mean, you're set.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because then
So
it's just you start to get repeats and stuff.
yeah, yeah. These were the first announcements of these games. Yeah, yeah. You're right. They really did win out. Like, and then coupled that with the fact that like some of the games that we gave a 6.5 to the January direct, but in that direct we got a lot of announcements from like Wind Waker. So those almost kind of like picked up from where those left off because we could have seen more footage on some of
Yeah.
those other previous announcements and stuff. So yeah, I think. Okay, so let's add a fifth rule. Okay, so we have 4 rules so far. You got to be
Hmm.
fast paced.
Hmm.
Short attention spans have gotten
Yep.
worse since 2013, if anything.
Yes, they really
Um,
have.
you got to justify your time.
Hmm.
Um, Gameplay has to be shown.
Yep.
Uh, Good presentation. So don't
Mm.
give me some sans serif or whatever. So
Yep. Yep. That's for sure.
okay, okay. So we got that, and then finally, I want to add this rule. Give me new.
Give me the new.
Yeah. So we tended to deduct a lot of points or gave like mediocre scores, like 4.5,
Yeah.
to the directs that covered games that were already previously announced. Now, getting new footage is cool, but if you
Yes.
don't got the new, then it's really you're wasting your time.
Exactly. And you don't have to hype up a game for like 2 years for me to want it. If as soon as you tell me that there's a game, especially if it's an established franchise, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I want it. You don't have to keep showing this to me. Just get the game out because I know
ASAP.
how I know how hard it is just to make a trailer to show off the game. So use that work to just go back into the game. Stop it. Just give me the goddamn game.
So yeah. Um,
Yeah, you know
Hugger,
what?
I didn't think we were gonna spend almost damn near 4 hours on 2 years of Nintendo Directs, but
That's why I was like, I was
yeah,
looking at the time. I was like, oh, we're breaking this into like probably a couple parts,
yeah, I'm thinking so as well. So we
which is
won't. I
good.
don't think I want us to. I don't think I want us to cover the topic next week, but we can definitely like table it for
The week after,
a few
yeah,
weeks.
or
Yeah, a
yeah, a
few
few
weeks.
weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
because we
down with
already
that.
we literally delayed our the next two topics, so we'll just put it at the end. We'll just tag it
Okay,
in
yeah,
at the end.
yeah, we can definitely do that.
Um, so yes, for all you listeners, watchers, just keep this, remember this, and you know, I think I want to give some closing words here and just say that I remember these Nintendo Directs with rose-colored glasses because I remember talking about on Ready Press Play. Catch it on Spotify and other podcast services on Fridays.
Woohoo!
I remember talking about it on Ready Press Play with Dan, saying you know, Nintendo's Directs haven't been this good since the beginning. I
Hmm.
remember this early era Nintendo Directs being so much more punchier.
Hmm.
And one of the things that we sort of covered, but didn't, you know, we play these footage on mute, but like the way they're talking is a little dry, uh, especially the first couple of ones. It's like they
Very
don't talk in a
Suntai.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like they don't talk. Like the way they talked is almost like somebody like being very awkward and stilted and stuff like that. It's not loose. It's not fast. It's not conversational. Um,
yeah,
and so like the content. of the announcements is what I remember the most. So part of the reason why I was remembering being hyped for them and talking about these scores that I was giving, higher than yours, is because I love these games and I was anticipating these games. So the content was there, just like the formatting needed some work,
Yeah,
especially early on. And to close it out, even as far as like up until end of 2013, we still haven't even hit the modern era of
right?
Nintendo Directs. Like they still haven't done the cool effects and headlines and fonts, and they still haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we
That's
covered two
wow.
we covered 2 years, and they're still a little rough around the edges. They still need to be sanded down some more. And I just thought that's really interesting because I remember them more fondly and more better than they really were, having watched them for this show.
And it's we can look back in hindsight now because I remember even like the E3 with the Cyberpunk. I was like, that's probably that. I think also Final Fantasy VII was announced there. Like, I love that show, but at the same time, now that I look back on it, it's like you can't help but be a little tainted by it. Or the one where Shenmue was announced as well. It's like, oh,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
that was a good show, but the game was awful. So going show by show and not thinking about that is like, shows are, and these are like hard to really judge because it's a did it suit your taste kind of thing. Because some people
Yeah.
hate these new directs as well, and some people love them. And I'm like, okay. I mean, they don't have to do anything for you, but okay. I'll
Yeah,
never
so
criticize something too hard because, again, at the end of the day, they didn't need to do it. Unless it's like awful, awful, yeah. I'll never criticize it too hard if I can help it.
so that almost actually like makes me think of myself, do our rules that we just decreed here, does that also apply for like live E3 stage presentations as well?
And we could
Because
definitely use that. Yeah.
they generally tend to be about 2 hours or an hour and a half in length.
Yeah.
Like PSX, when PSX was a thing, their big press conference was about 90 minutes. Um, they
Man,
tended not to be they tended not to be fast paced because they tended to show 10 minutes of footage of a game, at a time, or stay on one thing for a really long time. Um, whether or not they've
yeah.
justified their time is another thing, but
Yeah.
they they also never showed. Most times they generally tend to show CGI trailers and never gameplay. So that was the only thing that they did right. Was okay, presentation, stage presence, okay, pop off, loud clapping is cool. Presentation probably gonna be better on a live event than they would on a pre-recorded thing. But they do get one thing right. They give us the new.
They give us a new. But there's also presentation. There could be uh those events where the console doesn't work or the PC doesn't turn on or something.
Oh, oh my god. We music. The live demo was a shit show.
Oh my
It was
god.
so awkward on the stage. Like, yeah,
That
you're
stuff,
right.
yeah. Don't do that. Don't do don't do this weird game. Like when they bring out Just Dance sections, it's like don't do this. Don't do this.
Oh, Uncharted 4, the live demo on the stage, like Nathan Drake wasn't moving. He was standing still, like for. Do you don't remember this? Where like
I-
they were like,
oh
"All right, here's a
yes,
new look at Uncharted," and then the
just
screen
standing
fades
there.
to black, and then it starts, and then Drake is just standing still,
Oh my
and
god.
because of that gaff in like happened in that stage show where they had to make it fade to black just to bring it back out just so that way because they must have rebooted or something or reset or either reset or they cut to a different PS4 and they had that one ready to go. But either
Yeah.
way,
Jesus.
um, what's interesting about that one is that Uncharted 4 they made that an achievement. So if you get to that part of the game where it like gives you back control of Nathan Drake to play, if you just stand there for like 30 seconds, you get an achievement pop for that.
At least they know how to have fun with it. At least they
um,
do.
I can't remember what other game, but there was like a first person shooter game where like I don't know if it was on an Xbox show, but like they literally had it malfunction on them and they had a backup Xbox ready to go to like, oh, okay, well, just very quickly sleight of hand and just swapped it off, and you didn't know that wiser or whatever. Or like some people were like keen-eyed, were able to catch it, to swap the handoff. But
Yeah,
like I remember like the fact that these live shows tend to, prepare for these technical issues and stuff.
they
Um,
just
there
know,
was
man.
even I think Skyward Sword E3 demo where like the Wii remote wasn't working or something like that. Or wait a minute. Oh, iPhone 4. I think it was like an Apple event where like Steve Jobs told everybody in the audience to turn off their Wi-Fi or turn off their Bluetooth or something like that or whatever the fuck. I don't remember what it was, but it was something stupid. And I'm like, really? Are you being
Yeah,
serious?
yeah, sometimes. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I can't get over just gaming is weird, man. And we're a weird bunch for sitting here for almost 4 hours and talking about it, but sometimes it needs to be done. And if you guys want to see more, we will talk about this again. We will finish and get up to the modern era because we're still in 2013. Um,
Yeah.
you guys can, I'm the floor hugger. You guys can see more of me on Level 1 Gaming. You can see me tomorrow. You can see me wherever. It's all the floor hugger. Um, don't forget to go and wish list Externus Path of Solari uh, for Trevor's sake. And you guys should know the man of the hour, my co-host here, Chakalaka. Let them know where they can stalk you.
Yeah, Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Chakalaka88 and Ready Press Play on all podcast services. So maybe by the time we cover this topic again here in the future, you will be a bona fide Nintendo fan.
Maybe I will. Now I'm excited. All right, you guys, we're gonna let you go. I hope you enjoyed talking with us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Peace.